What's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing this evening, man? How are we doing, man? Yo, man, shout out to Alex in the building. And I apologize for my tardiness, man. I had a long day and a long night. If you a long morning and a long night, if you catch my drift. Hold on, give me 1 second, you guys. Yeah, so Yeah, so again, my apologies, man, for being late. Please hit that like button on the way in. Thanks for dropping the tag, man. It's the Cash App tag. Make sure y'all subscribe to the travel vlog channel. I am currently in Thailand. Neo Trap Volume 1 and 2. Volume 3 is going to be coming out on the 29th, you guys. So make sure y'all subscribe to the music channel. I just started that channel. Uh, Fortunately, I'm like person that I work with who usually uploads my stuff to DistroKid. Um, I don't know, man. He's been MIA, so I had to keep. Got to keep the train moving, man. Got to keep it moving. So, I think this will be easier on everybody, easy access. Um, and also, y'all can leave y'all opinions about the music in the comments and stuff like that. I'll try to check. Been trying to check them from time to time. So far, it's been pretty positive. Um, for more recent mixtape that I dropped, For the Love of Volume 2. So it's on there. Just came out on Valentine's Day. Y'all should definitely check that out. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Email if there's a video you want me to react to, or if you have a foreign testimonial about your experience dating abroad. Spreadshot.com for the merch. And if you guys notice my recent videos, I got little clips up for the music channel and the merch. So yeah, trying to hey yeah, man. Shout out to Tate, man. Yeah, Frank. I'm gonna be in Manila Thursday, man. So I'm like, I'll be seeing you and Lily soon. Money Mitch, what's going on, brother? Dino, what's good? Ricky H, what's going on? DMV Lex, what's good, brother? Man, I appreciate that, Frank. Appreciate that. All right, we got 22 watching. Please hit that like button, you guys. So, what made me want to talk about this today, you guys, and I'm gonna be dropping the link here shortly because I started very late, so I don't want to be on here too long because y'all are on the other side of the globe, and I know it's getting late over there. But it's just been so much content coming my way. Um, about the financial aspect of relationships and women. And I recently just came across a clip that I'm probably going to react to for tomorrow. um it seems like women's biggest complaint is that they are working but still having to do most of the domestic chores around the house. All right, so here's what I came up with, and y'all see the title of the show, and I'm gonna voice my opinion real quick, and then I'm gonna let you guys chime in when I drop the link. Um, I'll do it the way I normally do it, like one at a time, so everybody kind of got their own time, and we ain't talking over each other, and everybody can say their piece. Um, and I think it goes a little smoother that way, And plus, I like people to have the floor to say what they want to say. Uh, in my opinion, here's what I would suggest, and that's why I put the title out there. Since apparently 50-50 is an issue because y'all want men to help more with domestic chores, then why not 60-40? Why not 70-30? Why not 80-20? Here's what I suggest. Even with those percentages, I think what I suggest kind of falls under those same percentages. If men took care of the big bills, like mortgage, if if you got a mortgage or rent. The car notes. I guess we can throw the car insurance in there as well. And let's say the woman took care of the smaller bills like electricity, maybe groceries, water bill. Would that be more sufficient for today's women? And women still being willing to do most of the domestic duties, as most men, let's be honest, most men, that's what most men want, um including myself. And not because I'm trying to roll back the clock or any of that shit, but because that's what I grew up seeing. And keep in mind, my mom was the breadwinner, but that didn't stop her from doing her traditional roles. So when I see these women now who don't even hold a candle to my mom, as far as just being a mother, a wife, or even income for that matter, because when my mom retired, because my mom was a underwriter for an insurance company. My mom retired making damn near 80,000 a year, y'all. You know that even in today's economy, that's really good money per year. My mom was making that when she retired. My mom's been retired for about 13 years now. So, I'm like, if my mom would have still been working, my mom would probably be making six figures, if not damn near six figures by now, if she didn't retire. So with that in mind, and you see a lot of these chicks for real, they average earners. A lot of these chicks that are screaming and shit. And then the ones that do make a little bit of money, I'm like, y'all kind of just self-sabotaging yourselves, because the men that y'all want, they don't care about y'all money. And why should they, when y'all want them to do 100 to your zero? And I don't know if you guys saw the video that I reacted to recently, but there was a young lady who was saying she wants a man that's financially stable so he can literally pay all the bills. She said she would pretty much chip in on groceries, and maybe if he was short on something, she would help out. But for the most part, she just wants her money to be for makeup, hair, nails, and shit like that. Like, she even wants him to pay for the vacations. And that's my thing too. Like, these women want these luxury lifestyles, but y'all don't want to help contribute to them in any shape or form, but y'all still want to be able to make y'all own income. And then want to tell men, you should care about my accomplishments and yada yada yada. Well, why should I when you want me to pay for everything? And that's the contradiction with the modern woman, you guys. That's the big contradiction. And that's one of the main reasons why you start to see more and more women single, because more and more men are starting to catch on to this, and they're starting to realize, like, y'all don't really want relationships. Y'all don't really, like, man, like, let's keep it a buck here. Y'all just want men to pay for shit. Y'all just want men to pay for everything. Y'all don't really care about a man's character and all that. Because I remember the first clip, the woman said, I'd rather be with a man that's broke who treats me well than a man who got all the money in the world. I'm like, and we keep trying to explain this to women, but the problem is that when you explain this to women, they automatically want to hit you with a broke man wouldn't say that. This is broke energy, broke man energy. But the funny part about it is that even as popular and well known as Fresh and Fit are now, and we all know these guys have become millionaires now because of their success off of YouTube, not to mention the other streams of income that they've formed. You mean to tell me that even the guys that fall in the realm of the small percentage of men that y'all want, y'all won't even listen to them, and they're telling y'all the same things that the quote unquote broke energy guys are telling y'all. They telling y'all the same damn thing, and those are the kind of men that y'all want access to. This is exactly why I keep saying all the time, man, they don't care what men want. All they care about is that you pay for everything. That's all they care about. And it's really sad to see. All right, I got a super chat here. Evan H with 9.99 super chat says, "Greetings, brother. I have good news for you. They postponed the visa requirement for Brazil again, the April 10th, 2024. Are you still considering going to Brazil?" Um, I mean, I heard about them pushing it back, but I'm like, bro, I'm all the way over here. I'm all the way over here in Thailand, man. I ain't gonna do it. I'm like, as much as I want to, man. I'm just like, I'm cool on it right now. Because I was actually considering going to Brazil first when I left, and then I was gonna go to Colombia, and then from there come here to Thailand. But uh just from a budget perspective, it just made more sense for me to come straight here. Plus, with Colombia being kind of hot right now, and I don't know, bro. It just from a budget perspective, it just made more sense to come straight here. Um, I don't know, man. I haven't been on pressed on Brazil as much as everybody else, even though I think Brazilian women are some of the most beautiful women on the planet. Uh, just for some reason, I just haven't been pressed to go like everybody else do or want me to. But I don't know. Even if that does become a requirement, um, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, because I really don't like that $2,000 in your bank. I don't like that rule. Like that shit is stupid to me. It's like everything else, okay, but that right there is like, nah. Like I really don't like the thought of them seeing what I got and could potentially get me set up. God knows what. And thank you for that super chat, brother, man. Give that brother some love right there. It says 50 United States UK dollars equals, hold on, let me see if I'm reading that right. Hold on. 7,828,170 Jamaican dollars today. And they're telling men with that money not to date. In Jamaica? Wow. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah. And shout out to Mike Hawk, man. Speaking of which, he just sent me a cash app for $10, man. And also the wise one sent me a $3 cash app. Let me show them brothers some love real quick, man. Appreciate you guys contributing to the channel. Appreciate that, my brother. Dre, what's going on, Dre the Dream? And shout out to Mike Hall. That's one of my members as well, man. Golden Radio said, he said, I'll pay full bills for a virgin. And I think that's the other thing too that women don't realize either, man. I'm like, y'all gotta think about it, man. I'm like, another reason why a lot of those women back in the day were getting that kind of treatment is because they wasn't sleeping around a lot like y'all do too. So something else they need. That's something else they love to keep out. They love to leave that out. And see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Harvey W. Bruh, Harvey 2000. I bring this up all the time. And the reason why, and like I said, the reason why I bring it up all the time is because this is what I grew, bro. This is what I grew up seeing, bro. This is what I grew up seeing. And to be honest with you, I think is one of the reasons why I'm so well rounded. And my mom always jokes about me saying you're gonna make a really good husband one day, because I don't need a woman to cook and clean for me. I want a woman that cooks and cleans. As far as the outside of the house, like I told you guys before, if you've been watching me for a long time, my dad taught me how to cut grass when I was 10 years old, man. Me and my dad had a lawn mowing like little side business going on. And my dad would take that money from our side business and he would use that extra money for us to go on vacations and stuff. And I'm literally just telling y'all what my mom told me, because because when it came to my dad, my mom had to check me about it, because just like and see, and this is how you know I used to be blue pill as hell, because I was under the impression that my mom ran a relationship just because she made more money. My mom checked my ass on that shit real quick. She said, Jerome, I always made more money than your dad, but your dad always been the head of this household. He's the one that chose the house that you was raised in. When y'all was making that extra money mowing lawns and stuff, he didn't spend that money. He was putting that up so we can go on vacations. She said a lot of the vacations that you went to growing up, she said a lot of that extra money came from your dad doing side gigs, working overtime. So yeah, he didn't make what my mom made, but damn it, he still had a hustle mentality, and he still made it. Like, he didn't need my mom for survival. You see what I'm saying? My dad could cook. He couldn't cook like my mom, but he could cook for himself to survive. But my mom never had to worry about mowing the lawn in 100-degree weather, or cleaning the gutters, or shoveling the snow, or changing tires. My mom didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. Matter of fact, I just told you guys before I left to come to Thailand, we had got some snow in Cincinnati. Woke up to about 3 inches of snow. Like, my mom ain't have to worry about getting up and doing that herself. Like, bro, my mom just had knee surgery, bro. She doing PT, bro. The hell you mean? Like, nah, I got up and I shoveled the driveway and salted that shit. Because for one, my mom still got to be able to come and go, and I got to make sure that she don't hurt herself, because she over here with a bad knee. Now you tell me, if I'm not there, who the hell gonna do it for her? She gonna have to find another man to do it, or pay a man to do it. See, women don't think about shit. Women don't think about the shit that men do outside of the house. And you want to know why I think so? Because in their mind, they think we can just outsource it. Why outsource it when I can just spend $100 or two on a lawnmower? It don't take nothing but a gallon or two to keep it filled up. Boom! I just saved myself money right there. Because you're gonna spend more money paying somebody every other week to cut your lawn. You're gonna spend way more money doing that. So why not do it myself, when I've been taught since before I was even a teenager to do the shit. My dad taught me these things for a reason. He taught me how to use a screwdriver. Like, and for real, it's a lot of other shit that he was trying to teach me that I regret not really taking in, looking back on it now. But yeah, bro, they don't think about that, Harvey. They really don't. They be they want to help. We want more help with the domestic chores. Okay, well, we want more help with everything that Harvey said right there. Now, you gonna help or not? No, you're not. Because deep down, you know those are things that men are supposed to do. And ladies, let me use y'all lingo. A real man wouldn't even want you to do any of those things that Harvey got right there. A real man would not want you to do any of those things. He's not expecting you to do any of those things. Regardless. And hear me well, regardless of how much money you make, regardless of how the bills are split, a man is never going to expect you to do any of those things. Real men. Since y'all want to define what a real man is so fucking much. Excuse my French. Dakota's Jenkins with the $2 super chat says, I'm not paying for anything Pookie / Tyrone got for free, man. Listen. You know what? I recently just came across a TikTok clip saying something similar, Joshua Smith. I'll check it out because if it's the same clip, I plan on using that anyway. Yeah, because if it's what I think it is, yeah, the sisters wasn't too happy because the moment she said men have always been a prize, boy, you started hearing women murmuring in the background and shit. And I find it so funny how, and this is how you know women do not use any logic. How in the hell does it make sense for women to only want to date up, but they're the prize? The men that y'all want are far more rare than the women that y'all are. Attractive women come a dime a dozen, man. Now, good women are rare. I'll give you that. But when it comes down to it, a man is the one that holds access to relationships and marriage. And when women want to exercise hypergamy to the degree that they are now, we get the dating market that you see now where women are complaining mostly, and it seems to be mostly about financial shit or being taken out on extravagant dates. Because if you know that, those seem to be the two biggest complaints. Take me out on extravagant dates, spend money on me, pay for everything. That's pretty much all you see on TikTok and social media now. But they're the prize. Y'all require more of men than men require of y'all. Y'all date up, men date down, but y'all are the prize? That don't make sense. Nathan the B man said, "Hey Rome, hope you had a trip, brother, man. Yeah, man. I'm good, bro. Been Thailand chicken. I'm actually gonna be back in the Philippines Thursday. I'm gonna be in Manila for a week. Then I'm gonna go to Cebu for like almost 2 weeks, like 10 days, I think. Then I'm gonna come back here, celebrate my birthday here. I'm still kind of undecided, but right now I'm leaning towards going to Bali, Indonesia after I come back to Thailand for my birthday instead of Japan. But I don't know. It could change, bro. I don't know. I was even considering Malaysia, bro. Be honest with you guys, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you for that super chat, brother. Show them brothers some love. Oh, and while I'm at it, man, Jamal Fowler just came through in the building with the $15 cash app, man. Give that brother some love as well. Friday night Fowler in the building, bro. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I've ranted enough. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link, you guys. So the question is, Can modern women do 60-40, 70-30, or 80-20 if 50-50 is an issue? Since women are complaining so much about men not helping out more around the house. All right. So to alleviate that, I'll alleviate some of this financial burden off your shoulders and I'll take on more of the financial load. So I just dropped the link. I'm like, I want to know everybody's honest opinion and what you think. You know, I'll give everybody about 5 minutes, say they piece. Oh yeah, hey Alex, what man? Going forward, I left the copy of the link to the music channel up at the top of the chat. Going forward, just use that now. Like, don't worry about the DistroKid links anymore. Because like I mentioned earlier, man, I'm like my publisher, he done got MIA on me, so I had to start the music channel because I got a lot of music to put out. I'm pretty much got music covered for the year, so because I knew I was gonna be gone for a while. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Global Passport Crew. But yeah, the link is in the chat, you guys. If you guys want to join and say your opinion on this topic, man. I really want to hear. I really wanted to hear from the ladies, man. I was hoping Filipina thoughts, maybe another lady or two, because I would love to hear a woman's opinion on this, because this would be, yeah, I would really love to hear a woman's opinion on this, man. So if there are any women watching, man, please, the link is in the chat. Global Passport Crew, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, man. So what are your thoughts on this, man? Because I just kind of came up with this on my own, just based on what I'm seeing a lot in social media, on top of what I'm reacting to. Because man, like I try to tell everybody that was probably going to be the theme of 2024, based on how 2023 was ending, and it seems to be full force because you're starting to see a lot of these new podcasts come out the woodwork, pretty much talking about the same thing. So, well, what are your thoughts
And,
on it?
and this is why everybody's getting their passports, because we're tired of this whole transactional relationship. It's not about transactional, it's about having a loving relationship. And everybody's just sick and tired of it. You know, everything is digital. It's a digital relationship. Everybody wants to be like the Kardashians or whatever reality TV star they want to be, you know. It's not about being a team player, you know. I don't know where they're getting this stuff up. I think a lot of these women be lying. I think a lot of it's lies.
Me too.
You know, I don't know what type of dudes they're picking up. They ain't picking around, you know, picking up at the house, you know, cleaning up at the house. But I don't know, man. Some of the people I've hung around with, you know, you got guys that's doing stuff around the house. They go and they trim the yard or do stuff like that, you know. So I don't know where they're getting this stuff at. You know, washing clothes ain't that big of a task. Just make sure they're separated and just dump them in the wash machine, and you know that's that.
Right.
It's not a big deal. You know, yeah. I mean, if you pick up and tidy up after you know, use something, that's you know too. If you got kids, make the kids start cleaning. That's what my friend
Exactly.
does.
Exactly.
That's what he does. The kids wash the dishes, they clean the floors. Weekends, they're up, they're cleaning the house. So mom and dad ain't doing it all.
Exactly. See, what your example is exactly what I grew up doing. Every Saturday morning, like we had our chores, and 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 here's another thing, like, and I think this helped me out growing up as well. My parents actually, and I'm not suggesting everybody do this, but my parents actually gave me an allowance as kind of like a way to incentivize me, and I think that's one of the reasons why It's always been kind of easier for me to keep a job more than other people because, I've been in the workforce since I was 12 years. I had my first job when I was 12. But
Hmm.
I was doing side gigs mowing lawns with my dad when I was 10. So, my dad, since a young age was always trying to instill that in me, like, you got to make a way for yourself. Uh, but at the same time, like I was saying earlier, my dad wouldn't expect my mom to do anything around the house that she would expect a man to do. And, not that my dad wouldn't help her inside of the house, but I don't know. It's just what I grew up seeing. My mom, for the most part, handled cooking and cleaning. And once I got older, I was, I was the one that was helping clean. So, I guess it just, everybody's raised different, and everybody got their own different ways of parenting. But to sit over here and say, well, the reason why women are miserable is because they're still doing majority of the workload around the house and having to work now.
Well,
That
first
that
of
that's
all,
that's what kind of made me bring up the question of, well, okay, well, if men took on more of a burden financially, I'm like, would that help you alleviate that to where it's like, okay, you may still be working, but because you're not going 50-50 on bills like before, I'm like, because women are all about their feelings. Will that make them feel better about doing majority of the stuff around the house? Because it's like, I mean, I don't know, because it's
here,
like, okay, if a man were to say, okay, I'm gonna help do domestic chores around the house more, then okay, well, who's gonna alleviate and help him do the stuff that men typically? And that's why I left that comment that Harvey let up earlier, because ain't no woman gonna want to do any of the things that men typically do around the house. And like I said, men typically wouldn't want a woman or would want to see a woman doing any of those things.
well,
So
first, here's the thing. First and foremost, let's break this thing down. How many of these women that's complaining about this actually live in a house? Most of these chicks live in apartments. Apartments ain't a
right,
lot to clean.
right,
That's one. So
right.
we need to just figure that one out. They live in an apartment and they complaining about men not doing this, and that. There's something wrong. You can systematically clean an apartment with no problem.
Hmm.
It's not a lot to do in
Right.
an apartment. You just gotta systematically make sure it's clean every day. Washing dishes is not a big thing. Okay. Now, if you're talking about having a house, yeah, that's going to take some work. But if first and foremost, if your kids ain't disciplined to pick up after themselves and do stuff, that's a parenting issue.
Hmm.
That ain't a husband issue. That's a parenting issue. You teach your kids how to pick up after themselves, and you also teach your kids to clean, because that's what we did when we were growing up. We cleaned the house, okay, and we lived in an apartment, so we cleaned the apartment. We cleaned the bathroom. We cleaned the floors. We did all our stuff. We cleaned the dishes. So if they weren't doing that, that's a parenting problem. And second, if they're picking dudes that ain't doing this stuff, then they got bad choice in men. If they sitting around getting dudes that just sitting over there ain't want to do nothing, all he's doing is sitting on the couch watching football and he ain't cleaning the house, that's a problem. And that's why I'm saying realistically, I'm thinking some of these women are throwing cap. Some of them are throwing a lot of cap. Because I've been hearing a lot of cap about, oh, guys buying, Chanel bags and stuff like that. Okay, those are $10,000 bags. No one just buys them like out of the air unless they stole it out of the freaking store, like they've been doing up in some of these stores, just robbing stores and they sell them on the street. at bootleg prices and stuff like that. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. That's why, it's just ridiculous what a lot of these women are saying. And I think it's just a narrative just to get sympathy. That's how I look at it. It's just a narrative, guys need to do this, guys need to do that. I think they are doing it. They're just lying. Or they just picking losers as their mates.
Yeah, I agree with you I agree with you with that because I was thinking, if because I'm like, unless y'all both are staying in the house, which I'd imagine a lot of these women aren't, it in my opinion, it would make more sense for a man to help you out around the spot if y'all stay in an apartment together. Now that I mean, I can get behind that a little bit. But a house, like you said, that's completely different because now you're dealing with the elements,
Hmm.
and I'm like, and even if you stay somewhere where it's warm all the time, like for example where you stay at, it's like I'm like you still I'm well, for that matter, I'm like, well, you're not gonna have to deal with the different changes like winter and fall to the degree of further up north. But
Hmm.
I mean, still, man, that's a all year round thing, and that's something that you got to keep your eye on. And I mean, for me personally, I mean, maybe it just once again, maybe because I just grew up seeing that, but I've always liked walking up to the house that I grew up in and seeing how nice and neat it looks on the outside, because I'm like when you have people over, it makes them feel welcome. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And they don't, you know what I mean? And they're not scared to come in your house because it looks trashy as hell. Because
And
I
this
don't walk up to some houses where you
looks like
like soon as
Nightmare
you
on
walk.
Elm Street.
Yeah, it's like soon as you walk up to the house, you over here like the front porch look messy as hell. It look like they ain't cut the grass in weeks, and you just looking like, I don't want to know what the inside of y'all house.
You
And
know,
then you
and
go
that's
inside and you like, yep, that's what I thought. Look, a
and
hot
that's the
mess in
thing.
here.
You can't have a house and not be able to maintain it. It's going to take two people. So you can't sit here and talking about, well, I want a house and stuff like that, but you want him to do all the housework, but yet he's got to bust his chops. I mean, it's just a fantasy these women are living in, and it's like when you're in a marriage, it's a partnership. It's everybody's got to pitch in. This whole numeric thing about 50-50, it's ridiculous. Just pitch in because you got to survive. It's survival. Doesn't matter who puts more or what in there. Everybody got to pitch in and do stuff. What I'm hearing right now from these women is nothing but excuses, nothing but laziness. That's what I'm hearing.
Me too.
Okay. And I think it's a bunch of BS. I think these women just want to be serviced. We don't
Hmm.
want to do anything. We just want to sit on our fat ass and not do anything. I don't want to work. You take care of everything because men are the providers and this and that. That's why guys are getting their passports because they're not hearing that from foreign women. They're not complaining about anything. They just want to have a good man in their life. And that's what these women here don't understand. Stop complaining. Be part of a team. Be part of this marriage. And let's get this marriage going because we have kids we need to raise and things we need to do. Right now I'm looking for a piece of property I'm looking to buy down in Brazil. Guess what? It's just me. I got to go take care of it. Unless I hire someone to upkeep the land while I'm gone. But I got to take care of it. But still, the fact of the matter is, it's a team effort. And this is going to be my vacation home when I, want to go down on vacation. I can go down on vacation when I go to Brazil. So
Mm,
it's my vacation spot. But see, these women want to have this fantasy of living a luxurious life. That's why they scream about six figures and stuff like that. They're con artists. They're thieves. Once you open up your mouth and start saying crap like that, you're a thief. Bye. I can see the writing on the wall because you don't care about the man. You care about his funds and what he has. And that
mhm.
is not going to lead you anything but misery because you have a love of money. And that's what it says in the Bible. The love of money is the root of all evil. And all you're doing is just showing how evil you are.
Yeah, and it's starting to get to a point where I'm starting to see more and more men, even the men that have the means or the resources that these women want, even they're starting to really be turned off by it. And and like I said earlier, it's like it's sad that even the men that quote unquote qualify, the rare men that they so desperately desire, those men are saying the same thing as us, and they ain't even trying to hear it from them. So you mean to tell me that you as a customer, you're gonna sit up, like, so you as a buyer gonna sit up. I'm trying to think of the perfect analogy, but in other words, you want you want this rare man to basically accept all your bullshit, but he has to be top tier at pretty much. It's, oh my god,
Let
I
me
don't
give
know,
you
bro. It kind of gives you a headache, man, because I'm just kind of like, how do they make sense of this, man? I'm getting a headache just talking about it.
let me give you a story. When I was doing rideshare, up where I'm at, um, one of my cities I go to is Paradise Valley. I'm usually up there a lot. So I went and picked up this lady, take her to the airport. She tells me her life story. She's a single mom out of New York. She struggled, met her husband. They worked hard together and they made it in life. Now, I gave you guys a little bit of hint because I told you the name of the little town. It's called Paradise Valley. Paradise Valley ranked number 11 as the world richest zip code because they got a lot of rich people there. I picked this woman up. Her home was about $3.5 million.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Okay. She was a single mom starting off, just like some of these other people. Yeah, Dre the Dream, you know what I'm talking about. When I talk about Paradise Valley, Northern Scottsdale, you know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, we were just talking about one of its former residents that's been talked about on YouTube this week.
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure if he stays in that exact place, but I think damn, what's that one bodybuilder that I used to follow all the time? He's been in the red pill space a little bit too. I can't think of his last name. Is Mike something.
Rashid?
Yeah, Mike Rashid. I know he had bought a house somewhere in
No, he's in
Arizona.
Cali.
Yeah, but he got a house in Arizona too.
Oh,
Matter
he
of fact,
does?
I think he got a house in Cali, Arizona, and Florida. Yeah, yeah. Mike Rashid got money. He's
Oh,
rich.
really? I didn't
He,
know that. I
yeah,
didn't know Mike was out
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He got a yeah. Because I remember when I was following him heavy, and he had bought a house out in Arizona. It was real nice too. I want to say it was Scottsdale, but I'm not sure if it was Paradise Valley. But you
No,
could tell
Paradise
where
Valley,
you
the,
you
the
could tell
person
where he was at, bro. Everybody had money there because the house that he was looking at was like a couple million.
Yeah, well, the person I was referring to that we was talking about is our former resident, and that was Alicia Keys.
Are you serious?
Do
Wow.
do you want to know who lives in Paradise Valley? If I run you a list, you'd be shocked.
No, I probably wouldn't be honest with you.
Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali.
He stayed out there. Oh wow.
R&B guitarist George Benson. Stevie
Mm,
Nicks from Fleetwood Mac. Alice
mm.
Cooper. Sir Charles
Okay.
Barkley. Mike
Yeah,
Tyson.
Bart. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Don't even
Wow.
get me started with the other Maricopa County residents. Don't even get
Mm-hmm.
me started because I'll run you the list. We got money out here.
And I'm guessing a lot of celebrities probably prefer to stay there because I'm guessing Arizona probably don't have the same kind of taxes that Cali got, right?
Exactly. And it's
Makes
a hop,
sense.
skip, and a jump.
Right. And I was just gonna say, and you still close. So yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, the moral of it is that all the people that I picked up, whether it be from Northern Scottsdale or up in Paradise Valley, when I've talked to these couples, they all struggled. And now I'm picking them up in three, four, even like $10 million mansions. There was no 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, none of that. And they have told me, hey, if if there was a time my husband, he was out of work, I picked up the, pieces. I had to do that. I had to keep the family going until he got a gig, and vice versa. Things happen in life. But it seems like these modern women, they're just selfish, and they don't know about having commitment. And then they get mad when these dudes go overseas and they go look for these women in other countries because these women in other countries don't share their mindset. And now they all of a sudden want to go follow these, passport bros that's out there looking for these wives. They want to now start playing cop blocking and just be in the way. It's like, how come no one's paying attention to me? Well, no one's paying attention because no one wants to deal with you.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You had your chance, and now you're chasing black men overseas and stuff like that because you want. Oh, now you realize what these guys got money, and your rent moratorium's gone, and now you got to figure out how to play this and how to do that, and all this other stuff. And now you're chasing the ones with the bag who are just. I picked up a dude's the anesthesiologist. He said, I'm not dealing with these women because it's like that they all they want me is because of my, job. And he works at one of the world's best hospitals in the nation, the Mayo Clinic. We're not thinking about 60/40s and stuff like that. We're saying contribute fairly into the household, irregardless. If I take care of the mortgage, take care of the bills. The bill shouldn't
Right.
be that much.
To see, yeah,
Even one dude,
that's what
yeah,
I
like
meant.
you
That's
said
what I was
earlier,
mentioning
yeah,
earlier.
yeah. Like I picked up this one dude, his home was about 2 mil. And I asked him, do you take care of the whole house yourself? He said, nah, it's me and my wife. Two-family income keeps that house going. Two-family house is still needed to keep don't all these homes that's multi-million, and some of you guys who's from the AZ area that know about Scottsdale and stuff like that. Two-family, two incomes keep the home going. There is no one person taking care of the place. None of that crap. It's just you have wives that work remotely and they work from the home.
Uh-huh. See, I'm
So
like, and that's typically what you see a lot of women wanting, but the issue is that a lot of these women that want to do that, they don't want to contribute financially. but they want to be able to be in a position where they can just work for home or do something that they're passionate about and make a little side money off of it. That's what a lot of these women really want to do.
No, you can't do that. That's impossible. And then still maintain that lifestyle. And all this, spending money on hair, nails, and stuff, that's just a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
I met this one girl on TikTok. She said, I got done with all this weaves and stuff like that. She had the most beautiful hairstyle of her own natural hair. And all us fellas, we were like, that is so beautiful. It was kind of like a mohawkish type of thing, like an Afro mohawk. It was gorgeous. And we told her we loved it. That was gorgeous. It was way better than having these weaves and stuff. And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, I was shocked to hear that. But see, that's the thing. You're wasting money on things that even these rich people don't even put in. I have yet to go to a rich person's house, pick up their luggage, and their luggage was made by Chanel or Gucci. All been by Walmart, Target, Amazon. But they want to play this lifestyle that they don't know nothing about. It's a joke, man.
I'm like, and you want to know the sad part about it, and this is the one, and this is one of the one things that I know a lot of guys, they're not gonna share my sentiments, but this is the one thing where I do gotta be I gotta feel for them a little bit. Even if they were able to be in a position to give themselves that lifestyle, I'm like it still wouldn't matter because they wouldn't respect a man that could match that, and a man that could match that or give or elevate them even more. They're not going to care about any of that stuff.
Why is it gotta be elevated and stuff like that? Why is it you just can't be,
Right.
why why
Exactly.
here's the thing. Suppose you got a guy, they complaining about, okay, $50,000 is broke. Suppose a dude is passionate about being a teacher and the
Right.
teacher's salary is $50,000, but that's his passion.
Right.
So what you gonna knock him down for doing what he wants to do is his passion is teach? There was actually a study done. Some of the millionaires out there, the net millionaires, and this was done by the Ramsey Institute. The net millionaires out there right now, the professions they came from were from teaching because of their pensions and 401ks that they invested over the years. And that's including their wealth being their homes that they bought. They were teachers. It's not these high end jobs. The net millionaires that you see come from regular jobs. But yet you want to down this person because, he's not making that big money like you see on, these reality TV shows. This is getting ridiculous. They're living in this. It's not even delusion right now. It's just pure insanity. It is. You buying, you know, you talk about 50-50, but you want to spend all your money in stuff that's junk, like these Chanel bags, $10,000, but the bag costs about $100 to make. So you're wasting the rest of the money on what? The rest of that money is going into somebody's pocket or because of a name? That's ridiculous. That's not even financially smart.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you want to talk about, oh, the men are providers. They should just provide me everything. They need to provide me with this and that. What they want is a slave. That's what they want.
That's what I've been saying, bro. I'm like they don't want a husband. They don't want a partner. I'm like they just want a sponsor. They
A
just want
sponsor for what?
they 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 literally just want men to pay for everything, sit in a corner and shut up and bother me when I feel like being bothered. That's today's woman.
And then when they get a good man, what do? They cheat on them with losers.
Yeah, they fuck it up. They always do. And that's the funny part about women who make this complaint so much, is because the very same men that they say they want are the men that usually end up being the ones that get fucked over the most. Those are the ones that are getting dragged through divorce court. So it's
Exactly.
like, as much as women want to complain, it's like the men that y'all want can make the same, can make similar complaints as well, because the men that y'all want are typically the ones that are getting screwed over. The ones that aren't any good, those are the ones that y'all are giving everything to and doing everything for, only to get no kind of reciprocation from them. And now you got baggage, and now you want to lump all men with those men.
And then when you with the good man, you take money out of his account to give to these bad dudes that they're just losers. So me personally speaking, I'm like this. I think these women, you truly love these Pookies and Ray Rays. So just stay with them. That's
Mm-hmm.
who you truly love, because that's what you are. You are what you attracted to, and that's what you're attracted to, these losers. Being that,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with you, Dre. I'd rather be that lame finance guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Be with the losers and cut the drama out and stop this whole BS. Let them finance you. Let them take care of you, since you want to feel safe with the drug, which that's another stupid analogy. How you going to feel safe with a drug dealer when he got one gun pointed at him going from his competition and the other one from law enforcement? That ain't safe.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting, I mean, some of the analogies these women come up with is just like, I don't even want to debate, because it just shows a level of stupidity. It does.
Mm-hmm. Let me read this super chat on here, and I see
Mhm.
Frank Tate. Frank Tate just came in. I'm gonna have him join the
Yeah.
conversation, man. Shout out to Frank Tate. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Fode Sanko with the $2 super chat. Keep on keeping on. Your voice is still needed. Appreciate that, brother. And if I did butcher your name, I apologize for that. Thank you for that, sir. Yeah. Like I was gonna do one-on-one, but there's I mean, we got grown folk in the building, so
Yo, bring
we
them
good.
on. Hey, Frank.
Mr. Tate, man, what's going on? The OG of the OGs.
What's
Hey,
up, bro?
Frank. What's going on?
I didn't interrupt the talk, did I?
Come on in, brother. Bring us some knowledge, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what are your thoughts on this, man? Because me and Frank kind of talked about this a little bit when I was out there last time. We're gonna chop it up again when I come back. Floor is yours,
Yeah.
brother. Frank, you there?
Yeah. Sound
Yeah,
like I hear
floor.
somebody talk.
Oh, floor is yours. Oh, okay. I don't know. We might have a little bit of echo. I don't hear it though.
Okay, then. Well, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thing is, man, these women are acting like little kids. They have no understanding of time and money. They have no understanding of what they're supposed to be doing is getting married instead of just banging everybody and then expecting somebody to move in with them and then pay bills. A husband may pay bills if his wife is not working, okay? But if she's working, all money that comes into the house belongs to the house. There is no 50-50. Half of it's hers, and half of it's his because they're supposed to be working on the same goal to build up enough funds to make sure that when they get ready to retire, they don't have nothing to worry about. And this is not on their mind. They got Gucci bags and all of that kind of stuff on their mind and driving expensive cars instead of understanding they're supposed to be building wealth. They're supposed to be making investments so that they will reach to the point as to where their money is making enough money for them to be able to live off of and not have to work.
Exactly. I think Rome had some problems. I think he'll pop back in a little bit, but I totally agree with you, Frank. Um, yeah, man. It's just everything is materialistic now. Everything is about money, but it's not about relationships. Not having a solid relationship with someone, and that's where the problem comes in. You know, that's why a lot of guys, it's like we want a relationship so we can build the future, and that's why a lot of guys are getting their passports.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad, you guys. I'm back. Sorry about that, man. You can go ahead and continue, man. I lost connection for some reason.
Okay. But that's the thing. They need to sit down from the beginning and come up with what their goals are supposed to be and what they're supposed to be working towards. And they're supposed to be taking a percentage, okay, of their money and banking it, so that they can make their future investments to make more money so that they will reach to that point as to where, like I said, they don't have to work anymore. But they don't understand that. They need to read some books. I don't understand. They say that these women are supposed to be the most enrolled because they're not the most educated. But it seemed like they didn't take a personal finance class while they was in college. They would have taught them how to deal with money. And instead of trying to look rich, do what it takes to become rich. Simple as that. And they have no clue. Like every time I listen to one of these sisters talk about somebody that makes $50,000 is broke, that's ridiculous. $50,000, you're a top earner in every country but the United States, all over the world. Here in the Philippines, $50,000 is about 2.5 million pesos.
Mm-hmm.
Like the brother was telling you earlier about somewhere in Brazil or something like that, like $50,000 was supposed to be like 7 million or something like that. They
Mm-hmm.
have no idea how much $50,000 is, and most of those women talking stuff, they don't have $50,000 in the bank. They might have some money in a 401k plan for their retirement, but they don't have their own $50,000 in the bank. The average American doesn't have $5,000 in the bank, let alone 50,000. So what are they talking about? You broke.
Exactly.
And I
Some of
keep
them don't
telling
even have
everybody
1,000.
this. Right. A man with $1 million puts it in the bank, puts it in time deposits. He gets 5%. That means he makes $50,000 a year off of that $1 million. Now these sisters don't know what his brother is getting his $50,000 from. But a man that's getting $50,000 and he's not working, he can't be broke.
True. But see, here's the thing. They think that everybody can make, 200, quarter mil, everybody can do it. And it's not true because when you look at the stats say, making six figures, that's 9% of the population in the United States. 9%. And y'all talking, and these women talking about he has to make half a mil, he has to make a mil. You're talking about the 0.1%. Again, 0.1%. Those people ain't even looking at you, because I can tell you that 0.1%. Matter of fact, let's back it up. Just the six figures, $100,000 amongst African Americans, that's 1% of that 9%. And breaking that down, 0.9% of that is African American male. The other 1% is African American females. Okay, so that's our cut. Everybody else, that breaks down to sexual orientation, married people, all that other stuff. As you go higher and higher up into that and looking at their careers and stuff like that, what type of careers they're in, those are people you can't even get to. It's harder and harder to get to those particular fields, those particular people. So what makes you think it's that easy to make that type of money so you can just sit up and do nothing? And then on top of that, who gonna want some ghetto ass chick? If I'm making that type of money, I can do way better going overseas and picking up a woman over in another country that's more submissive than you. I can do way better. Because it's just, like I said, it's just straight up lunacy.
Yeah, they don't have a clue as to what's going on. Now, you and I don't think we've ever talked before, but I used to be a revenue officer with the Internal Revenue Service. And whenever a business or somebody owed taxes, I had to go into their house, go over their finances, and then show them how they were going to pay the Internal Revenue Service. So I've been in hundreds of thousands of homes and looked at people's finances, and I understand what people are making. And most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's white, black, whatever. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. I've been in many mansions where people didn't even have furniture in the house, okay, to show you how they were living, you know. And then I've been in the homes where people may have owned like $100,000 or $500,000 in taxes, and they just write out a check and pay it off. So I've got to see what people are doing and talk to rich and poor. And I've helped a lot of poor people or lower middle class people learn how to deal with their money, you know. And it's so simple. Most women, they don't do this. They don't take a certain percentage out of what they make and bank it, just like if it's a bill. That has to be done with everybody. And then when they run into a man who does understand how to deal with money, they don't want to listen. All they want him to do is spend what he has. If they look and see you got $250,000, $500,000, or even more, okay, yeah, they want to deal with you, okay, but what they want is for you to spend your money. They don't want to listen to your plan on what you want to do and where you're trying to build, and you want to try to show them, come on, work with me, and we'll both become millionaires. No, they don't want to listen to that. They just want you to spend, not work together. And that's the downfall of our community. We can't work together. You'll never get anywhere. Not as long as our women keep thinking like that. How can a man ever get anywhere if he hooks up with a woman that understands nothing about finance, understands nothing about investments, and all she wants to do is look rich instead of actually becoming rich? She knows nothing about buying real estate. She knows nothing about stocks, bonds, Okay, if it wasn't for her 401k plan, she would have no money stashed up. And then when you got a 401k plan, if you need money out of it, you got to borrow it, and then there's a penalty that you have to deal with. I don't want to take
Yeah.
over,
Huh?
completely take over, but that's
Nah,
the
you
thing.
cool. Nah, you cool. Because I was actually hoping you were gonna talk about that because I didn't know if you was okay with guys knowing what you used to do for a living. But this is when I saw you come on, I was like, I'm glad he came on because of what you used to do for a living. I'm like, I know you understand finances probably better than most people who watch me. So yeah, they're very, very insightful, and you 100% right, man. Because I mean, women own most debt in America. Like we know this. This is a fact. So it's and it's just so sad because when you make the comparison to foreign women, what typically you hear from American women is you know that's all they want you for is your money and so forth. But most of the time, most examples that I see of foreign women when it comes to money, they tend to be more frugal with money than American women. I mean, like even your wife yourself, when you told me about Lily, when you was trying to get Lily that gift, and it was expensive, and she didn't even want you to buy the gift because it was so expensive. You
Yeah.
mean I'm like, come on, bro. We now, Frank, you and I both know an American woman, she wouldn't have stopped you from buying that. What? Like, bro, and that's just the
And,
difference, man.
yeah, and see, and she's that way with her money. When her money comes in here, it's not her money, it's our money, and vice versa. She's had friends to ask her, "Do I give her an allowance?" And she looked at them like they were crazy, because there's no such thing as an allowance. The money comes in, we put so much in the bank, we put so much in the checking account, and then what we're supposed to have for the month comes here and we put it up. And we know what we have to do with that money. And she will not go in there and grab the money and blow it. I don't keep money in my pocket. It's in there if it's needed. Simple as that. We share. And that's what's wrong. Women in the United States have become so selfish, so greedy. Hey, that your money is theirs, their money is theirs. And that's the way they look at it. They don't understand that you have to be a team and you're working towards a goal. And we are doomed. As long as they keep thinking that way, as a race of people, or even as the nation, because you've got white women and then everybody else thinking that way too now. The
Uh-huh.
United States is doomed, okay? Because no one besides the super rich is going to have money to really be able to do anything. They're just not going to have.
Yeah, and the way this economy headed, it's only gonna get worse. Uh-uh. Let me bring Mr. Kenny Peoples on. Long time subscriber, man. What's going on, Kenny?
Not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you
Okay.
doing, brother?
Uh, I'm doing okay. I
All
was
right,
listening,
what?
y'all. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say what are your thoughts on the topic.
Some of these women needed their head kicked in, stomped in like Kane from Minister Society. It don't make no sense. And I like what the older man was talking about the finance. If you don't understand finance, how you gonna plan on trying to? And I think right now I didn't call my mortgage, but I think mortgage supposed to go up again.
Hold on, what's going up again?
Mortgage supposed to go up.
Oh, oh my God, bruh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I
Like,
didn't get
dude,
all the information yet, but I think it's supposed to go up one more time. I think. I'm not sure. It's supposed to go up again
bruh,
in the news.
everybody rent and mortgage literally damn near doubled, bruh. And
Hey, the gas just
they
went
want to
up.
raise it.
I'm paying $1,400 a month for my mortgage. I got two of them.
This is crazy, man. Yeah, and I did see gas went back up again on Global Passport Group. That happened before I left to come out here. Damn, man. This is shit. This is shitty, man.
Why do you think I'm
Shitty.
looking for property overseas, man? I'm looking to get my house overseas. I'm not buying
Like
anything
that.
here.
I like that.
Because I was
That's what a lot of passport bros are looking into. Like
because I was
cost of living is just cheaper. Everywhere. Like I remember when I went to go visit Frank in the Philippines and saw where he stayed at. He told me how much he was paying. I was like, yeah, I see why your ass ain't come back to the United States. I mean, and I'm like, bro, Global Passport Crew, where Frank is staying, he literally has everything you need there. You don't even need to leave the complex unless you need to go to the store and get something. Like, unless you need to go to the grocery store, he pretty much got everything he needs right there. It's crazy, man.
Same thing in Brazil.
I
Same
mean,
thing where I'm looking.
I'm like, meanwhile, United States, they want to charge you 2, 3 times more rent than these other countries, and they don't even have not even half of the amenities that these other apartment complexes in other countries have. So you mean to tell me I can go to Thailand or the Philippines, spend about 500 a month, and I can be in an apartment where I can do my laundry, I can go swimming, if I need to go to the ATM, if I need to go to the gym, if I want to go to the spa real quick, like I can do all this in my complex and only pay about 500 a month. But you want to charge me 800,000 a month for an apartment in the hood in the United States, and I don't have any of those amenities that I just mentioned. Like, you tell me which one's the better deal.
And now that's just like with me, and I'll tell everybody this. Okay, I've been retired for about 17, 18 years now. Okay, I'm living on a pension. It's $50,000 a year. Okay, I still have an apartment in Chicago that I've been paying for the last 5 years. The rent is $1,600 a month. Okay, and it's a 2-bedroom apartment. And I've got a 2-bedroom apartment here where I'm paying $500 and something a month. So I've got the money to be able to come back and forth to the United States whenever I want to. And also, when I hear these women talking about $50,000 a year and you broke, I got 2 cars, 3 motorcycles. I got 2 motorcycles in the United States. I got 2 cars in the United States. I got a motorcycle here and getting ready to buy a car here. You know, we're getting ready to go to the United States because I'm going to get some money. We're going to come back here and buy some land. We're going to spend about 1,000,000 pesos for the land. And then we're going to spend about maybe 2,000,000 pesos to build a house.
Okay, is that the project that you and Lily showed me when I was there last time that you referring to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah, I remember you
And,
showing me that.
and like I said, don't forget, 1,000,000 pesos is only like $20,000.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah. Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Crazy, man. Crazy, bro.
Dude,
So
I'm
for
looking at right
60,000, I could do it.
Right.
Dude, I'm
What did you
looking
say?
right now at a 2-bedroom condo on the beach in a city in Brazil for 50 euro, which basically if you convert it, it's gonna be like 53,000 US. 2-bedroom condo on the beach.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where I'm seriously going down there to look at.
And just so guys know, man, anything that's on the beach is gonna be more expensive. So 53, man, that's a really, really good price. Wow.
Yeah, and I just looked at the pictures, and the pictures, it's a good place.
Just everything is overpriced in the United States.
What it really comes down to. Because I'm like, matter of fact, Frank Tate, the woman who said men who make 50K shouldn't date, there was yeah, she literally complained about a bottle of water being $3. So if a bottle of water is $3 in the States, then ma'am, it's not about the men making 50K. It's everything in the United States is overpriced. Frank Tate, I was just on the phone with my mom before I came on here live, right? And I always love talking to her about how much things are cheaper all over here because she's retired now as well. I was like, Mom, I went to 7-Eleven next door and I was able to get 2 1 liters of water for 22 baht. They had 2 for 22 baht. For y'all at home, that's not even $1. Not even $1. And I was able to get 2 big ass 1 liters of water. Because you can't drink tap water over here. But two of them big things for less than $1. I was like, man, listen. You know what I
And
mean?
that's
I'm
why
like,
I'm wondering, $3 for, where is she paying $3 for a bottle of water?
apparently Atlanta.
Jeez.
Because I think she said she was in Atlanta, the lady that went viral talking about that.
Yeah, she's in Atlanta.
Yeah, and in Atlanta. And Atlanta is supposed to be one of the more expensive places for you to go. I mean, less expensive places for you to go to in the States. Supposedly. Because ain't that why everybody moving to Atlanta anyway?
Is it expensive or is it cheap?
It's supposed to be less expensive than like the bigger cities in the United States, like a Miami or LA or something. Because I've been hearing a lot of people moving to Atlanta because apparently it's supposed to be more affordable and what have you. But I could have heard wrong, but I don't know. That seems to be the case, man. What's up, Jay Fleming? I see you, brother. But yeah, I was gonna say, and a lot of guys are complaining about dating in Atlanta too, because you're starting to see more and more guys come out of Atlanta saying the women there are just entitled and they pretty much just want their bills paid. It seems like every time I see a woman on a dating show, like Kendra G or something, and they say they based out of Atlanta, they all want they all want a sponsor. I'm not even gonna say they want a man to pay their bills. They all want a sponsor.
And I've heard that the STD rates in Atlanta is crazy.
I heard that as well. I heard that as well, man. Oh man, it's
What's up, Jay Fleming?
Long time no see for
yeah,
Jay Fleming.
Jay Fleming about to start traveling again, man.
Oh, really?
He about to be back in Colombia again. I'm kind of jealous because I'm like, man, I wanted to come here, but it's like I already know what's going on in Colombia this month, man. Carnival, the one young lady I was dating in Barranquilla, I'm like, we've still been keeping in contact. The young lady, Medellin, still keeping in contact with her. I'm like, but I've been out here enjoying myself too. So, uh, yeah, man. Yeah, back on the road soon. That's what's up, man. Uh, yeah. You know what? Let me see here. I'll say, I think Jay Fleming, did you want to join in on this conversation real quick before I get off of here? We've been on here for about an hour and a half. We over and like you saw the name of the title, man. I'm like, I'll drop the link for you again.
What do y'all think about Portugal?
Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
I really haven't heard anything bad about Portugal.
I'm talking
I
about like
know.
houses.
I'm trying to think. It's what's that name of that YouTuber? Is it Check and Effect? I know he was in Portugal sometime last year, and I was checking out. I've always been a fan of his content. Him and Ace Live. Um, I've always liked Check the Effect because he seems to go to places where a lot of passport bros aren't really going. And I want to say he went to Lisbon, Portugal, if I remember right.
Yeah, I've heard that Portugal and Spain is supposed to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Spain as well. Um I remember coming across a clip about Spain. Like is Spain is as cheap as people say it is? Because apparently it's a lot cheaper than what I thought it was. What was
Ask
that?
Global Passport on that. He might know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I remember trying to think, man. This girl stayed in she stayed like in a 2-3 bedroom loft, and it was pretty decent looking. And she was only paying I want to say like a couple £100 a month. And I was looking I ain't know Spain was cheap like that. I was under the impression that the only less expensive parts of Europe were like Eastern Europe.
I'm not too sure about Spain being cheap. Usually that part of the world is kind of expensive um because of the euro and stuff like that. Euro being a
That's
little bit more.
right. That's what I
That's
thought.
why I kind of stick with down here because it is cheaper. You get more bang for the buck. That's why, like I said, when I was looking at real estate down here in Brazil, I was just like, wow, I need to snatch up this property.
Hmm.
I need to
Yeah,
definitely snatch this property up.
yeah. It's a couple of other brothers that watch me. They're doing the same thing. They're snatching up property in Brazil and
And I'm not
starting
talking
starting.
Rio, mind you. I'm not even looking at Rio. I mean, if I get something in Rio, fine, but I'm talking like northern Brazil, up in that area, because I've seen some really good pieces of property up there that's like beachside that I can get for the price of what I can get of a decent condo in Rio.
Well, that's the thing, to be able to go somewhere, make your investments, or get your own crib, and where you could stay there and live there and pay a little bit of nothing, and that stuff is fantastic. Because like I know I'm having a ball here. I'm not having any problems whatsoever. I don't have any problems with the people. Everybody is nice to you. Um, I've never. Let me see. I think I got stopped by the traffic police once for riding my motorcycle in the bus lane, and that was about 4 years ago when I had first started riding over here, and I didn't know that the lane was open, and I just took it. And they were standing there and said, "Come here." But other than that, man, I've never had the police to stop me or anything like that. No stopping you while you're driving while black or walking while black or anything like that. They always helpful to you. Um, hey, man, everywhere seems to be better than the United States.
Uh, yeah. Shout out to Solomon Grundy. Yeah, it said Lisbon. My brother just recently came back from Lisbon, Portugal. Very beautiful place. Marble streets in some areas. Wow, marble streets. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I've been hearing good things about Portugal, Spain. Uh, y'all guys know I'm like Switzerland is on my bucket list. I was but I want to hit Eastern. I want to hit some Eastern European countries that don't nobody really go to. I'm thinking about because there's three countries that are stacked on top of each other where the men to women ratio is like way in favor of the men, and I think it's I'm making sure I want to say these right. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I think
Eastern
those are the
Europe.
names. Yeah, and they're all in Eastern Europe. And the cost of living is really, really, really cheap too. So I was considering checking those countries out. I was gonna probably see what that was. And I figure, probably ain't too many brothers in that area either. So I'm like, I might see what that's talking about. But yeah,
And
you
they got
guys.
some nice looking ladies there too.
Mm-hmm. Sure do. Sure do. Pretty underrated, man. I think they said the ratio is like 54% women and only like 47% man. I'm like, ooh, okay. And you being a black man, you gonna stick out like a Thor thumb in those countries. I'm like,
And
but
as we all know, $50,000 is a lot of money in those countries.
yeah, facts.
But see,
Oh man,
this is where these modern women screw up. They don't know what a good investment is because they too busy want to be with Pookie and Ray Ray because these are they want to be with criminals and stuff like that. I honestly, like I said, I honestly believe modern women are truly in love with criminals, and they just want to be with the good guys just to use them for their money. And this is where they screw up in life because when they get used by these criminals, now they're lonely, and now they're wondering, okay, I made a bad choice. Could y'all take me now? And it's too late. That's why I tell you guys, get the careers that's going to pay you money. Take that money, go buy yourself something overseas, secure your bag, save up, put that money away. Don't spend it on garbage and anything like that. Save your money, bank it, and then go overseas and live your life. If you can work remotely, doing anything in the IT field or cybersecurity, you know, do that and, and just continue doing what you got to do and let these women be because the women down there, they'll appreciate dudes like and that's the thing you got to do. I'm not getting in arguments with these women anymore. If you want to have these attitudes, then fine. Take your little self in the corner. Go watch the goldfish swim around in the tank. I ain't got time for it. I don't have time for it. I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go get me a piece of property. And I'm telling you, some of these places I'm looking at Rome right now, they're mansions. I'm not kidding you. They're mansions at old school house prices, man. They're mansions. I'm talking $200,000 US for a mansion. I'm not kidding you. We got to talk on the back end, bro. We
yeah,
got to talk
because
on the
I'm
back.
like, that's crazy, bro.
We got to talk on the back end, bro.
That's insane.
We got to talk on the back end because this is some of the most ridiculous stuff I've seen, and that's yeah. You can actually get something and secure something really nice, and if you got a good job, you can just continue to finance it and all that type of stuff. If you buy now and you continue to work here for another, if you're really aggressive in paying off your stuff, like just for example, you get yourself a condo for like 100,000. If you aggressively pay that thing off, in no time at all, it's yours. Then you just go down, you got your own place to live. And if you get
Mhm.
Social Security, you got your 401k, and all the other stuff, your pension, you're fine.
Right.
See, that's
Mm-mm.
just like Billy wants me to go and take a look at an apartment building. It's not in the greatest neighborhood, but the units or rent it out. All the lady wants for the building is $1,000,000 pesos.
Are you
That's 20,000, man, for an apartment building. She's getting about, and not in pesos, let's say in dollars. She's getting about, I think they said she's getting about $500 an apartment, and it's I think 8 apartments in the building.
Hold on. So you said 500 a month, 8 apartments.
Yeah.
So basically, you'll make your money back in 5 months.
Yeah. Well, it's some repairs that need to be done, but I got the money to do that. That ain't no problem.
I'm like, but you see how quick I did that math? I'm like, hold on, bro. So you mean to tell what? That come on, man. Like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. And they over here, and they over, and see, and this is what I'm talking. See, these are the kind of conversations I wish these female detractors would listen to. These are the kind of conversations I wish they would listen to.
Because that's what they should be wanting to do. Get together with a man. Go somewhere. Make some investments. But you can't get them to you can't get them to think. Their minds are so closed, man. They stuck in that ghetto. They got that ghetto frame of mind, and they just can't leave it alone.
That's why sometimes I'm starting to think women are the ones that really have that broke mentality, not men. I don't think it's men that have the broke mentality. I think it's the women.
No, man, because look, we can sit down and talk with each other. Men do that. Okay, we don't hate on each other. If I see a brother doing better than me, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. I drive a Corvette. If I see a brother pull up in a Ferrari, I'm as happy as shit, like if it's mine. Okay?
Right.
That's the way I feel. Oh, man, you got this. Oh, I'm going to hug it.
Right.
I'm happy to see you got that. Women want to stab her in the back. They get jealous when another woman does something or pulls up a little bit better than them. So they can't even stick together. And they don't understand how we can stick together and try to do something together and pass on information. Oh, you want me to? Excuse me for a second. I got to ask you a question, Ro.
Yeah, what's up?
What do you want to eat? Lily standing at the door looking at me.
Oh, shout out to Lily, yeah. The best chef in the Philippines. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I gotta have that chicken adobo. I gotta have that again.
Yeah, that chicken adobo.
Don't forget your sauce.
Lily already got my chili sauce ready for me. She she already got that for me. I'm trying to think, man, because Frank, we had a lot of stuff that day. I think we had shrimp. I think we had shrimp lumpia. We had glass noodles. We had a whole bunch of stuff.
Did you see her thing on the thing that looks like that Japanese sushi? What's that called? What's that called? California maki.
Nah, I didn't see that yet.
That's good. It's almost like I said, the Japanese sushi, but without fish in it. It's got the caviar is in it, crab stick, mango, and cucumber. And it looks like sushi. It's good.
Oh, okay. I never tried it before, but I'll try it. I'll see what it's talking about. But I'm like, yo, as long as you got that chicken adobo, I'm good, man. Whatever else you want to cook, I'll try it for real. I'm talking about that chicken was falling off the bone, y'all. You hear me? I'm like, man, like, dude. Soon as I got home after I left from them, man, I went home and went to sleep, bro. Passed out all that food made me pass. I'm like, matter of fact, I passed out on the way back. I was in the back of that taxi. What the
Because I
hell?
was listening to you the other day when you was talking about catching up with with
Oh,
Matt.
Richie.
Yeah, yeah. And you were saying that he was gonna have L to go in there and fix you something to eat, and you said no, and you said now you regret it.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, you know what? That actually would have made good content. Because we had just finished the interview on his balcony, right? And me and him still chopping it up. And he was like, "Man, you hungry?" He was like, "I can have L fix something right quick." And like I was like, "Hold on, wait a second. Like, she in the bedroom. Like, she ain't got nothing prepared. Like, ain't nothing out in the kitchen thawing out or like what is she like? Damn, like it's like that. She can just at the drop of a hat.
Missed out on that
Like
good Thai food, man.
and he over there like, man, yo, hey, I can have her whip or something to eat. I'm like, oh nah, bro, you ain't gotta do all that. But looking back, I'm kind of like, damn, man, I actually would have made good content because I'm like, damn, man, because he always bragging about L cooking. So I'm like, that food do be looking good though. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm like, I love the food out here, man. Thai food, Filipino food. I'm like, shit, Vietnam, they got some good food too, man. For real. I was just telling my company that I had over here earlier. I was like, because she's born in Thailand, but she's Vietnamese. I was told, I'm like, man, Vietnam. I had some of the best fried chicken of my life in Vietnam. I'm like, man, listen, I tell you, bro. And I'm already starting to notice the difference since I've left. And I'm like, because I'm starting to see myself kind of slim out a little bit. I don't seem to be carrying what seems to be like that little extra water weight. It's like, man, I don't know what the hell they doing to our food in the States, man. But every time I come overseas and I just kind of see how my belly start flattening out and I just be looking like I don't be bloated anymore. And I'm just kind of like, bro, what the hell are they doing to our food in the States? Because my body reacts to food overseas completely different than the United States, bro. It's crazy.
Just remember this, Ron. Okay, these women over here. Okay, their thing is hospitality. When you come to their house, they expect you to eat. Okay, if you don't eat, they're kind of offended. So by Richie telling you, oh man, I have her to fix or something or whatever like that, she would have enjoyed that. So don't forget that, man. The next time somebody offer you a home cooked meal, don't say no, that's okay.
Right. I'm gonna say next time. I'm gonna say yes. I don't care what they make. I don't care what they cooking. Oh
Hey,
man, let me see your super chat real quick. Then I'm gonna let you say your piece, Kenny, real quick. Uh, KFC. I don't know what currency that is. H&L 75. Yeah, I don't know what currency that is. Man, you gonna have to let me know where you at, brother. Said Frank is right. Most black men want to see other black men do well. Facts. Older black men also are not in competition with younger men. Stay up. And you want to know what, KLC? I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't even think about that. And that's such a valid point, man. Because what I've noticed with older women and younger women is that because they know that older men can date younger women, you tend to see older women kind of give younger women this advice that kind of sabotages them. And, I think they do it on purpose because they want the guys their age to only deal with them. But The problem is that when these women do that, they're just recreating. They're just continuing the cycle, and it's like it's like you're just making a situation that's already not good worse by giving out this bad advice, because when those women get your age, they're gonna give the same advice that you gave them, and that's what you see now. And I'm like, it's one of the reasons why the single motherhood rate is so high now, because single mothers have passed on advice down from one to another to the point where it's just been a repetitive cycle. I'm like, I remember one time I saw a meme. It was hilarious, Frank. Right, it was three women in the picture. Matter of fact, I think it was or was it? I want to say it was. I want to say it was four. I want to say it was four women, right? Four generations of women, right? And all of them were 17. All of them were 17 years apart. And the youngest one was about to turn 17 and didn't have a child yet. And I was just looking like repetitive cycle. All of them were single moms. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, yo, this ain't
Over
something.
and
This
over
ain't
and over.
There ain't something to be proud of, man. It's not. No, I don't get it, bro. They sit over here. I think, and I can't speak for other cultures, but it seems like when it comes to black people, we seem to be the only ones that champion champion nonsense in anything that's like, how can I put this? Would be considered something that would make you what's the word I'm looking for? Um noble citizens, so to speak. Um it just I don't it's that's just been one of the things, and I've always hated about black culture, man. And I think we gotta start separating black culture from hood culture, because I think what we deal with when it comes to black people specifically is, I think we get those two things mixed up, and this is one of the reasons why we'll never be able to move forward, because black people, like, for example, like, I remember, because remember me and Frank had this conversation when I was out there, because I remember, because I kind of share a similar experience where you had siblings and you were kind of seen as different from all the other siblings, because you were actually educated and try to make something out of yourself. You know what I mean? Versus,
Yeah.
other people that probably grew up around you, or whatever the case may be, they weren't on the same path as you, but you were kind of seen as, the
Nerd.
yeah, you were kind of seen, and that's the problem, with black people. It's like, how can y'all sit over here and say men need to do better, but y'all ostracize black men that are educated, that don't speak with a certain slang or swag, or talk or speak a certain way, and if they got a any kind of an extensive vocabulary, it's like, oh, he's a square or he's a lame. And then it's like, okay, well, if we're supposed to get better as black men, how are we supposed to do that when everything that makes us better, we're shamed for it? How? And why does
Here-
that make sense to women?
Here's the funny thing, Ron. Okay, you got all these women walking around talking about where are the good men. Okay, just because most of the good men are not walking around flashing, they think they're broke. They
Mm-hmm.
don't even understand how many men living on their block may be a millionaire. They have no idea. They've never read like the book The Millionaire Next Door. Okay, because there's a lot of people who work, go home, they save their money, they invest their money, they've got money, got millions of dollars. Black men. What? Because they're not driving in an expensive car, they're not wearing a bunch of jewelry. They think they broke. Those men got money.
Hmm. And part of the reason why they have money is the very same thing you just said, because they're not being flashy. They're taking that money and they're investing it and making more money, or they're saving it instead of just spending it so that way they can look like they have money. Because like you said earlier, these women aren't trying to get rich, they just want to look rich.
Rich.
like you said, man. Let's see, I just had damn, bro, that's scary, man. You got the same name as my father, man. What's going on, Roy? How you doing, brother?
Peace, King. How you feeling, homie?
I'm good, man. What are your thoughts on the topic tonight?
Well, here's what I want to add on. And it's one of the things that I want to see us do more often. And that is we have to stop allowing these women to have the power of being the victim. When they got that power of being the victim, it makes you look bad or makes us look bad. And we have to snatch that word or that construct away from them so that now they have to be accountable. Because, see, as long as they can be the victim and blame someone outside of themselves for their unhappiness, their low self esteem, and their failure or lack of progress thereof, they will always point that finger back to one of us, if not most of us, if they can. That's number
Mhm.
one. Number two, we should start spreading the word when they come on these podcast shows and they sitting down with some of the brothers and they speaking, we gotta stop letting them refer to us as nigger. That's gotta stop. You see, a nigga this, a nigga, if a nigga. No, when they talking to us, especially in this red pill content, in this manosphere, we are brothers, men's, kings, and gods, not niggers. That's a no go. That's a no go. A lot of our females are currently it's beyond just being upset. They are psychologically traumatized by this national unification of a one voice speaking a similar language, very well styled. They're not used to seeing brothers in the United States of America speak so boldly, speak with intelligence, speak with knowledge. Y'all just spoke about that a second ago. And what's going on right now in the psyche of our sisters? She's trying to regain control, or at least the illusion of control she thought she had. You see, Sister Shahrazad Ali said back in the 1980s, she said, "You black men have played it too cool with black women. You sat around and for years you didn't say nothing." And a lot of brothers did play that game. And we played that game because why? We wanted some sex. Today,
Mhm.
we have now taken the so-called black woman's advice. She told us, think with the big head, not the little head. Now she can't get neither one because the little head that she desires, she's cut off from that because she's thinking with the big head. And she can't get the other part of the big head because now he's thinking more so in his best interest and not hers. So she's in trouble with us today. And she don't know what to do. The ultimate kicker is that she never thought the day would come when other women around the world would receive the quote unquote African American black man. She never thought she would see that day. And now she's working hard to poison the mind of females abroad. Though it's proven to failure, it's not going to work. So if something happens to a passport bro abroad, as in the uh, uh, recent events, let's be clear on one thing, brothers, all the passport guys out there. We never said traveling the world was going to be a smooth slate 100%. There may be things that can happen. It's a risky situation. But I want the sisters to know, the so-called sisters to know, we are willing to continue taking that risk to get away from you, your toxic chaosness, your shenanigans, your artful deceit, your lies, your betrayal, your hypocrisy, and your fake false victimhood. The jig is up. And any one of them that wants us to be a real man, we ought to start making demands. We don't mind being a real man. We've been real men for the longest, just not been given proper acknowledgement for it. But if we got to be real men in that context, then we deserve to see real women. We ain't seen real sisters in a long time. Every time we see them from head to toe, if it ain't the hair weaves or something like that, now it's the snuffleupagus eyelashes or the long nails or the witchcraft makeup or now the BBLs or the fake silicons in the breast. It's always something fake and artificial taking place with this black woman of America, other females in particular, other females in general, but her in particular. So a fake woman doesn't reserve the right to place a demand on a brother to be real when she is presenting to us artificial beauty. And look, man, if the guys is running around getting, you know, false penises and pretending like they had, you know, length and width, the sisters will have jokes for days about us. I'm saying to you,
Oh
but we
yeah.
have to right, but we have to tolerate, you know, this fake butt. Look around the cities that you live in: New York, Chicago, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, you know, Philadelphia, wherever you're at, Jersey. Isn't it strange how the vast majority of these women have all the same shape booties? All of them got the same shapes, you know, because this is what the doctors are doing to them. And, you know, we need to bring to their attention, why are you doing so much for a so-called Pookie and Ray Ray or a broke Dusty? Why are you putting your life at risk to go onto the table to sexually attract his male organ when you turn around and say all he wants is sex? We never ask these females to go and do that to their bodies, to go and do that to
Right.
themselves, but they continuously trying to get their waist snatched, trying to get this fake butt to do what? Walk around the inner city ghettos and hope, you know, they can say now, or I raise my standards and, you know, all this type of crap and whatnot. Let me tell you something. When a woman asks you for money, that is not a standard raise. When she's trying to tell you, give me more money in exchange, because there ain't nothing but the transaction, in exchange for my body, we need to start calling them prostitutes. And the majority of our females, they fall in 5 categories: hoes, whores, sluts, bees, and prostitutes. This is what we have in the state of so-called Black America. This is what's going on in the hood and in the ghetto. And every time we look up, brothers, and for the sisters who are listening, if you're on the this live feed tonight, you know all we see on Instagram is butt twerking and butt shaking. And no other woman. I don't see a Jewish woman doing this. I don't see an Asian woman. The vast majority of butt twerking in North America is coming from the African American black female. And it is discussed. This is why guys don't approach girls no more, too. This is another one of the reasons why. Because one, we already have had sex with you before we even met you, because we sexing you all day on Instagram and some OnlyFans. So by the time we come outside, we don't see the value in the black woman's body anymore. So we walk right by her like she don't even exist, because she has portrayed herself in the worst derogatory way that a female, a so-called female, a so-called grown woman could ever portray themselves. So, you know, that's just pretty much my piece right there. But we're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a great job in this country. We have gained and accessed worldwide attention. And these are things that cannot be denied. You know, red pill content, the manosphere, the passport bros. We have gained worldwide attention. Fox News had to yield to it. Okay.
Mm.
Everyone is talking about us all over the world, country to country to country. They can't keep the passport bro, the brothers, out of their mouth. You guys have shook up the globe with this YouTube stuff. You know, the stuff that we talk about. Our conversations are hitting home in every major city across the world. And because of that, we have to give ourselves a great round of applause. Brother, I've been watching your show even before you had 10,000 subscribers. I remember when you was trying to get to 10,000, and now look at you now. And the reason why the show continues to grow and it continues to increase, it's because there's a need for this conversation. And brothers across this country, they are yearning for the voices of other brothers to step forward, and even sisters too, for the true sisters who are riding with us. Sister Danica, Kendra Davis, and the lights. I'm not going to name all the names, but these are the true sisters that we have amongst us. But the false artificial ones, I'm here to tell you today, baby sweets, the jig is up. The jig is up, and you can't fool us no more. We see you for who you are, and we know your true worth and value because we gave it to you, and now we're taking it back. So again, remember, my good brothers, hold fast, hold the line. You are right now making history that will never be forgotten about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years from now. When the record is drawn up and they say, well, while the sisters was acting a fool, what did y'all brothers do? We will be able to go back into the historical archives, pull up the video footages, and we can just not only see what's being said, but we can study and examine the audio and extract the literary works from the teachings. Because right now, these are teachings. These are teachings that are being bestowed upon a lot of brothers, and a lot of brothers have gained strength from this moment, from these hours, and the sisters don't like it because the part they don't tell you about ain't the passport bros. The part that's even more dangerous than the passport bros is the brothers who will never become passport bros, remain here, but still walk right by them like they don't even exist. That's the danger on the horizon. She's lost the value of the vagina. She's lost the P power, if you will. And you know what she hate most about you, brothers? When you start to see the value in your male organ and say, hold on, wait a minute, I got to put you on D punishment for a minute because your conduct ain't right. You know what I'm saying to you? You're running around, you're a little disobedient, and you're embarrassing the children, you're embarrassing the men, and you're embarrassing yourself, and you're looking like a disgrace to the race. All they got for you just last night, I'm not going to speak the sister's name, but I asked her, I said to her, and I quote, I said, outside of sex, what can you as a woman do for me as a man that I can't do for myself? And brother, I asked the question 2 or 3 times. And when I asked the question, all you heard as she looked me in the eye, and I looked her back in her eye, all you heard was cemetery silence. Nothing. Nothing.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Nothing.
Brother Roy, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a channel?
Hey, everybody asks me the same thing all the time. It's good.
Yeah,
Because
somebody mentioned it. Somebody mentioned it in the chat.
You literally just threw down the gospel. Literally. Everybody in this chat right now has just like, wow.
A word?
Yeah, you just threw down the gospel, bro.
Yeah, you getting a lot of love in the chat, bro.
Yo, Dennis Berlin tell me that all the time. Hey, I got. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, bro.
Get a channel, seriously.
Yeah, look, JD over here, like, you better use this conversation for short. Say he's spitting fire. I'm like, yeah. Matter of fact, I gotta go ahead and give you one, bro. I gotta go ahead and give you one, bro.
But he sound like a pimp though. He sound like he pimping the choir, but he sound like a pimp.
Well, you know what it is, brothers? I'm gonna tell you, man. Way before brother Kevin Sanders came on scene, back in the 1990s, I used to always talk about these issues because I saw it. You know what I'm saying? And this is way back then. And look, I'm very pleased, happy, a little surprised, but I'm still proud nonetheless to see finally, the brothers have woken up. And brothers, when y'all get control over your sexual male organ, you have more focus, intellectual focus, spiritual focus. You start to reconstruct and rebuild yourself like they did the $6 million man, Steve Austin. We can rebuild him. You are rebuilding yourselves right now just by sexual discipline. Because, see, the enemy will always try to get at you in 3 different ways: financially, hit you in your stomach, and hit you in your sexual desires. When you construct principles to whereas you can override the opposition, you become God King. God is the state of mind, and king is your status on earth. And the black woman of America can't stand and see a nigga, so-called Negro, as a god and a king. This is your day, brother. This is your hour. Every single minute that is ticking in that 60-second, that 60-minute circle, it belongs to you now. You have already took back the power from her. That's why she's struggling with you. She can't get naked enough for you because she realizes daddy is home. She had her time. She had her run. Now the world is listening to you. Fox News can't save her. CNN can't save her. The white power structure can't save her. In fact, about it, with the advent of social media, the white power structure has all but abandoned her. Back in the day, she had the voice. She had Ricky Lake, Vinnie Jones. She had all them female feminist platforms. But today we got real strong male masculine platforms. And guess what? They can't touch us like MC Hammer. We in the building, brothers. We in the building.
Good.
So listen, man, I ain't gonna hold the mic too long. It's time for the God to resurrect like Christ off the cross on Easter. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep it pushing. So listen, brothers, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the love, man. It's been real.
Thank you. Thank you for dropping that knowledge.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna be making some shorts and that was deep.
Yeah, those were some good points. It reminded me of something that a gangster told me once. He said, anytime you want to get a man, put a woman on.
Yeah.
Iceberg Slim, right?
You could
I
get
think that was him, yeah.
you could get a woman to get a man off anywhere. Right? If you want to get this guy, put a woman on. She'll bring him to wherever you want to do him at.
Mm-hmm.
And that always stuck in my mind. Don't let a woman talk you off into going somewhere that you don't want to go.
Right. Well, you know what? Look, man, you guys are doing a great job. I'm gonna tell you something. Stop letting our women play victim. As long as they can say, I'm tired of this, I raise my standards. I mean, come on, girlfriend. How dare you provoke us? You run around here with a pack of Newport 100s right inside your purse with an EBT card, acting like you ain't our next door neighbors in the ghetto, acting like you ain't under the same weight of oppression that we under out here. And oh, yeah, one more thing, too. This whole thing about them being loyal to us, let me tell you something. She is not loyal to us, okay? What it is that when sisters hear these punchlines or these talking points that are really designed for cultural shock value. When they hear this stuff, they start to move around, like a cheetah running out there somewhere in the wild. And they start to quote it and repeat it. The truth of the matter is, she don't want to go nowhere outside of us. You know why? Because she know if she goes somewhere outside of us, the truth of her is going to be told by other men of other nations. And then again, her game is up. Her game is up. She has been trying for the last several years or maybe even decades, low-key trying to court white men. Look ahead, man. The white man don't want her. If he wanted her, he would have had her in slavery outside of just, rape and ravage. He would have took her in then. He would have took her after 1865 when the Civil War ended. He don't want this black woman. This white man, he don't want to bring her home and she take off that Darth Vader weave and he see that wave stocking cap on her head. He don't want that. No, he come from the old Becky with the good hair tradition. You dig? Y'all bug, man. Yeah, y'all is wild. I need to stop. Y'all killing me. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yo, chill, man. I'm trying to talk to you, man. I don't want to laugh over here. I'm serious, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen, he also He don't want to take on the responsibility that many brothers have took on by raising another man's child. He don't want to be the stepdaddy to another brother's sons and daughters. That's not what he's into. Wait, you mean to tell me? Oh, I don't know if y'all heard about this. I just saw this video, right? And the sister, she was saying that the brother, she was 27 years of age, and she said, "Oh, this is on what's that brother's name? Is show up. Uh, it'll come back to me." But she said that the brother got to make $500,000 a year, and she's worth it. And listen, God, listen. She said she's worth it. Da 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 da. And a man from the CEO of Chase Bank responded to the sister and wrote her a letter. And they had read it off on, I think that name was Phil. I think his name was Phil. The heavy set, he's kind of heavy set guy, stocky guy, if you will. Phil is
Dr. Phil?
Nah, not Dr. Phil. What's his brother's name? He from down south a little bit, I'm saying.
The Philip Scott show?
Is he a dark skinned brother like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Cool. But the guy, the white boy, the CEO of Chase Bank, the white boy, he wrote
Jamie
this.
Diamond.
Who?
Jamie Diamond. That's his name. The CEO of Chase Bank.
Okay, so cool. That was him? All right, so cool. Well, that CEO, he wrote this sister back a letter. And homie, I mean, it was a letdown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that sister thought she was going to pull an upset by trying to condemn brothers who didn't have $500,000, White Zaddy stepped in and he put the bone crusher on her like, I ain't never scared. Here goes the truth. Whole lot, no backsies. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And y'all are here in circulation, but he really denounced this individual. And it sent a signal. It sent a signal to the psyche of these individual females who think that because you got a fake body with some tight clothing on, with that witchcraft clownish makeup on your facial features, you can just go out there and scoop a high value man like he's a scoop of raisins or something like that. It ain't going down like that. Keep your foot on the neck of these individuals. And when I say keep your foot on the neck, I mean everything they say, every point they try to raise, you beat it or challenge it every step of the way. Don't let them get away with none of these verbal shenanigans. We are dealing with them. And the rumor that they had years ago, can't nobody out talk a black woman, is a damn lie. She's being out talked, outspoken, outsmarted, outwitted every step of the way. Her time is up. And now, brother, is the time for you. And oh yeah, all the brothers, if you've never been to college before, start going. Go to trade school. Start going. Get back into the field of academics, because this is one of the things they try to use against us, even though we know and we've learned through Kevin Samuels, the Godfather, RIP to that brother. We've learned from a lot of our people that they're the most enrolled. The brother Media Man, he does an excellent job with his breakdowns and whatnot. That guy's off the chain with his data. He does a great breakdown. And he's showing us that while, okay, case in point, say you got 100 sisters that enroll in college, and you got 60 brothers that enroll in college. What he's saying is that when it comes time for graduation, the 100 sisters who enrolled in college, only 40 of them will graduate. And of the 60 brothers who enrolled in college, 50 to 52 of them will graduate. So they enroll at higher numbers, but they don't graduate in the same capacity. We enroll at lesser numbers, but we graduate at a more higher capacity. This is what's going on nationwide. And in terms of the black man being in jail, again, that brother gave us some good information. 48,000 black women are currently incarcerated. 600,000 black men are currently incarcerated. Now, of that 600,000 black men, the way the statistics were broken down, that means that there are 96.62 brothers in America still walking the streets free as a bird. Okay, That's not a bad number. When you look at our numbers of being 20 million in this country, and it's only 600,000 of us in jail, that's virtually a 0% ratio, technically speaking, just about. Okay? If we got 20 million and only 600,000 are in jail, and some of that is still scheduled to come out of jail between now and next 18 months, it's not a bad figure. Granted, we need to do better in those areas, but it's time to get that cybersecurity degree. Okay, it's time to get those IT degrees because the future is going to be based on technology and AI, artificial intelligence. And if we can get into those doors economically and have a firm foot, we will have a better standing, economic standing. And when you got a strong economic standing, you can start to wield political power. And what you want done, it will be done because those are the keys to unlock the door in society all over the entire world. And another thing, one thing they hate about some of these men, they don't like conscious brothers. Okay? They don't like conscious brothers. One, consciousness allows for a brother, he has a lot of practice with his verbal articulation skills. He's picked up on vocabularies. Listen, brother, so I've been studying now for about 40, about a strong 40 years. So I done read over practically 500 books. Easy. So I ain't never met a sister yet that can out talk me. It ain't gonna happen. My scholarship is off the chain when I'm dealing with them. I'm dealing with the brothers and it's peaceful. That's one thing. But when I'm dealing with my sisters and they trying to get at me on some nonsense and everything, it's a cakewalk. And that Umar Johnson can't listen. I know Umar. Okay. When I see him, I'm gonna tell him to his face. I sent Umar a message. I sent Umar a message about right before Kevin Samuels passed away. And I told that brother, because I stood security with Umar, okay, on stage in Harlem, because I'm in New York, right here in Harlem, held him down the whole 9 yards. I said, Umar, you do good on the Marcus Garvey thing. I said, but the relationship piece, that's not your field, King. Stay out of that. Soon as Kevin Samuels passed away, he popped up. He had so much to say about the relationship issues. And I seen him coming. Because I guess he figured, you know what? He ain't got the school up yet. His books ain't selling how he want them to sell. Well, the relationship thing has overridden the conscious community. Okay, let me go out there and start catering to the sisters. And then one of the sisters exposed him. She said that another sister had introduced her to Umar Johnson, and she thought the guy was a good guy until he tried to get some coochie from her. She went all on YouTube and exposed him as a fraud and all this type of stuff and whatnot. You know, look, it is what it is. But I don't think Umar should be in this space. I think Umar should continue on with Pan-Africanism. Yo, we made Umar Johnson right here in New York City. My man Sonetta, HOK, House of Consciousness. I used to be the head of security for Sonetta for many, many years. You know, when brothers like Polite was coming through before he caught a case and Shaka Amos and Unk and Red Pill and Blue Pill. That's my original team over there. You know what I'm saying? That's my original team. We made Umar. Before Sonetta put Umar in front of them cameras, the world didn't know who Umar was. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't showed no real homage with regard to what we're dealing with right now. Everything out of his mouth is catering and pandering to these individuals who we are finally speaking up and speaking out against. Okay? All we're trying to do is preserve our manhood, right? And just get on the airplane and go live our lives. There was a time when they were saying black men don't travel nowhere. Now you got them individuals is all over the damn place and they don't know what to do with you. Man, you guys got transmissions on your engines, you got wings on your back, your passport looking like a key, and you guys getting on planes now. They following you over to Brazil, they following you to Thailand, they following you to Japan. We can't do nothing in peace with the black woman hounding us. Man, get this girl up off our back. All we want to do is live and just be free, have a good time. When they was shaking their tail, having a good time, getting degrees, it was you go, girl. Now it's all about us, and now they pissed off like they just went to bed on themselves, man. We got to stop this stuff, brother. It's up to you guys to continue to hold the fort. And again, don't let them play that victim role. If they do that, they'll be able to mount a comeback. Hillary Clinton did it with Obama. Remember in 2008, y'all, when Obama was beating her, Hillary played the victim role. What did she do? She started crying. She said, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. And a few days later, in a battleground state of Ohio, the females felt sorry for her, they voted for her, and she took the fight to Obama all the way to the Democratic convention. And that's what happened. If you let them play victim, they can further keep their agenda going, promote feminism, and guess what? We'll be back in the same predicament we was for the last 50, 60 years. So look, man, and stop voting Democrat. If the black woman is Democratic, get up out of that damn party. The Democrats are not for black men. That's feminism over there. They are for her, not for you. Until we form our own party in the United States of North America, and I have an agenda coming out too in 2024. It's a powerful agenda. And I can't get into the details now because I can't spill the beans. But I'm about to make my re-entry back on a social media platform because this ain't nothing new to me, you know. So I've been doing this stuff for years, since way back when. But I sort of left it, you know, to sort of get outside of the bubble and step outside and sort of get an understanding as to what's going on within a framework of social media. So I had to study it again. You know, I had to study it. And now I see, you know, certain things in the past I may have made a mistake on, but now I'm coming out with a project. And whoever raps in America, whoever sings songs, whether you're 50, J, Nas, T.I., Mary, it don't make no difference. You will not be able to deny what is about to come in this country via myself in 2024. I'm about to tear this demonstration up. It's going to be crazy in terms of a political demonstration and the way how I got it all mixed up and incorporated and intertwined. It's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful piece.
Boy,
It's coming, man. It's coming. And brother,
here,
is my man right? Huh?
here's something, Roy, that's very important that
Yes, sir.
our young men need to learn. We need to be able to comprehend BS when we hear it. A lot of our young men, they fall for BS.
Mm.
And they've got to learn because I've had this long conversation with my son. I've got a son that's about 40 years old, and he still falls for bullshit. Okay, and
Wow.
I keep trying to tell him he's got to wake up and open up his mind and listen to stuff. Stop gathering an opinion until you truly listen to what someone is saying so you'll know the difference between BS and the truth. And that's where a lot of our people mess up. They can't tell the difference between BS when they hear it. Just like you talking about Brother Omar. Okay, I've sat up and I've listened to him and I've had to like shake my head. He's a younger man than me, and yes, he has more degrees than I do, but I do have my degree also. I'm no
That's
idiot.
right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, but I hear the BS that comes out of his mouth. Okay, I can see the stuff that he does when he starts talking about, oh, I better not catch you swimming in the cream and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, that brother know that if a fine white woman comes up on him and offers him some, he gonna take it. Okay, no need him sitting up there telling that BS. Okay, if a fine woman of another race comes to him, he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah, he
what
gonna
man
fold.
is not?
Hey, Rome, what
Okay,
you
what
say?
man is not?
He gonna fold. He gonna fold, man. Shit, you saw that clip of him when he was in DR.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He was
Man,
about ready.
man,
He was about ready to risk it all when he was in DR. Like over here talking about,
Boy, he was damn near passport, bro. God.
yeah,
man,
like yeah.
no.
Hold on. He
Brother
should have
must
watched
stay
his own clip.
focused.
Oh, yeah, must stay focused, my brother. Yeah, you need to stay
Yeah,
focused,
stay
Umar.
focused. Stay focused. Stay
Oh,
focused. Word. Ooh-wee.
See, so stuff like that lets you know that a lot of the stuff that he says is BS. He doesn't truly believe himself. It
Mm,
sounds
mm,
good, but he doesn't believe in it.
okay.
So
Okay.
we've got to learn to listen. And like you said, we need to read, okay? Because with so many of us, if you want to keep a secret from us,
Yeah.
Put it in a book.
Brother, listen, look, you know, I'm going to tell you, the Nation of Islam back in the 1960s when Brother Malcolm was alive, they had a skillful strategy. And the skillful strategy that the nation had then, we got it right now in red pill content, all up in the manosphere. And I'm going to break it down to you. Malcolm was calling the quote unquote white man the devil. That was his language. That was their language, right?
Yeah.
And it so upsetted white America as well as the white power structure that they began to start asking questions to this particular group. So the nation was rivaling Dr. King and the civil rights movement. Now, why do I say all that? I'm saying that to say that the stuff that we talk is similar to calling the white man the devil. Only thing is, he's no longer the focal point. She is. And the language at times, it seems a little bit harsh, but it's supposed to be that way because it's designed to knock on your door and get your attention. And this is what the nation did. They utilized the language and it knocked on the door of white America and it got their attention. And right now, everything that we're doing on podcasts, on these shows, you know, and brother, let me tell you something. When you go live, I don't know what percent ratio are female, but don't ever think for every video that you post, always know there are sleeping cells and Asian provocateurs from the sisterhood who come on up in here and they creep and they listen. They peekabooing. See? 'Cause they want to see how much intellectual strength is coming in their direct. Because they know they in trouble. So they need to know, listen, what do we need to do now? How fast do we gotta run? Which direction do we run in? How do we escape the wrath of their tongue lashing that they are now bestowing upon our buttocks? So the language is harsh, but we got their attention. We got the government's attention. We got the media's attention. We got the sisters' attention. We got other countries' attention. With that being said, brother, you winning. You are winning outright. Outright. So let's keep this thing going. I kind of estimate a few more years, you know, before we start to bend the arc of the universe and they start to see things how we see things. Because really, all we want our sisters to do is hear our perspective and understand where we're coming from. It ain't that brothers don't find our sisters attractive. Of course we do. We have
Right.
nice, attractive, beautiful women. But this ain't about beauty. We ain't trying to win no pageant contest. This is about
Right.
a principle. And brothers have had it up to here. The jig is up, man. See, we played the game and we didn't benefit from it. We gave the power and they manipulated us with our own giving. So now what we got to do, how you make her suffer, you zip up your pants, keep your money in your pocket, and give them a hostile, truthful tongue lashing. And that's how you deal with her. This is how men deal with women, period. Because the women know if the men get too strong in their sexual discipline, what are we going to do? Okay?
Right.
But still, women, if
Right.
we want to be loved, we got to be loved. We're horny. We still want their attention because their attention is stronger than crack cocaine in 1986. We can't be without it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just got to keep it going. And listen, I don't care what type of struggle you encounter, Brother Rome. If they come at you, you got to stand firm now. See, because there's a lot of people who are looking in your direction who are dependent on you. So you got to sharpen your steel. You got to be ready in case you encounter one of those Cynthia D broads out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All praise is due to the Most High that the white woman stepped in and applied that, you know, that what they call that stuff, the right complexion stuff on her behind and got her up out of here like last year. But what you don't want to do, Rome, don't say nothing that they can try to say, well, he's not going against community standards. I mean, he's not in line with community standards. See, they would love to get you off the air, brother. See, they would love to get you off the air, but you playing it real safe. and you're doing a good job. You let other people come on, okay, and blow up the airwaves, and you edit it according to how you see fit. That's how you work that demonstration right there. And even more powerful than just you on the show, what you're doing right now. Bring on the guests. Bring on the audience from time to time, like you're doing, because it only adds more spice to the flavor. Because now we get in multiple perspectives. My brother right
Exactly.
here, you right here, myself, and I think the audience, from my experience on YouTube, the chat room, they tune in a little more when there's a multiplicity of voices speaking on a topic and they're speaking strong and very informative. So the audience is taking in a lot of good information. They're getting an education. In fact, they're getting a social curriculum based on male survival. And this is very key. This is very key. So we don't need you to fall back, Brother Rome. We need you to step on the gas and intensify the pressure. All
Mm.
right. I hope you're using supreme gas. That's the good kind. You know what I'm saying? Don't do the 87 with them. You gotta do the 93 with them. You know what I'm saying? And you can put that 93 in the tank and get at them like that. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? Anything outside 93 is diesel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So but we still love the sisters. Trust me, we really do. But right now we are in a time and space we gotta give them a little bit of a spanking and a chastisement because they've been disobedient. You know, their conduct has been inconsistent with our agenda. Brother Kevin Samuels taught us well. He said 93% your purpose, 7% her purpose. So if they want leaders, they have to understand that concept as well. But here's the deal, brothers, don't y'all get weak because some of these sisters can fool some of us. Don't get
Mm.
weak. And you know what really has caught us? Sister Kendra Davis, she gave us some good stuff. Watch out for them chameleons. Watch out for
Oh.
them nice chameleon girls.
She has
Those,
a good show.
huh?
I said she has a real good show. You
But that's
talking
not
about the
no
Muslim
joke.
sister, right?
Yeah, yeah, she ain't
Yeah.
no joke. She ain't no joke. You see, all these platforms have value. You know what I'm saying to you? But in Kendra's case, because she's a Muslim sister, and she's also an educated woman, and she's a well-informed woman. See, and she is pro brother, and we can appreciate that because we need sisters to be pro brother. They realize, not Kendra per se, but some of our sisters realize, you know what? Maybe I did get it wrong in the past. Maybe I was lied to. Listen, whatever the case may be, for those who want to come home, they can come back home to us. But they have to pass our litmus test. You see, they got to be scrutinized, not just in one breath, but they have to be scrutinized over a protracted period of time, at least a year plus. 'Cause we got to make sure you the real deal, Holyfield. We got to make sure sisters like Tanya TKO didn't send you over here to infiltrate our ranks. And you know what I'm saying to you? Because they're agents everywhere. They're
Mm.
agents everywhere. So we gotta be mindful as to who we're dealing with. Because right now, brother, you hot. You hot as heck. I'm saying to you. And when a brother get hot, everybody wanna bring a brother. I tell you what, Nas said it better than I can. You can be poor or rich, still nobody want a nigga having shit. And that's just the way it really is. I'm saying to you. So stay focused. Watch the chameleons. Those are the ones who will play with you smooth and try to have your baby. Let me tell you something, brother. When you lay down with these women, if you choose to have a child with her, ask that woman who says, I want to have a child. Ask her, is she having a child for her benefit or is she having a child to help you build a nation that will follow your leadership? Most
Mm.
of them are not having babies so we can build nations and have a child follow our leadership because she only wants to use you for your biology and your genetics. You see, once she gets your sperm cell up in her womb and she say I'm pregnant, well, there was a young brother in my hood about 4 years ago. He said, yo, that's my girl right there, she pregnant. I looked at the system. I said, brother, let me holler at you right quick. I pulled him to the side. I said, brother, I know you in love. I see you happy. and I'm happy for you. I said, but I gotta warn you in advance, brother. He said, what's up, man? I said, in less than 3 years after she give birth, you're gonna be in court on inside family court paying child support. He said, nah, man, nah, and there's no way, man. He said, why you say that, man? I said, because I'm telling you, son, I've been around for a minute, God. I've been around for a minute. I can look at any black woman in North America, whether she's from the Caribbean, the United States, Africa, or Europe. I know my people. I got over 40 years in studying us. There ain't no fooling me. That brother seen me about a year, not even a year later, after the baby was born, ran me down. Hey, yo, Roy, yo, Roy, yo, Roy. I'm like, yo, what up, kid? I'm thinking, he just saying what's up. He said, yo, man. He looked me in the eye like, yo, I felt his heart beating. I said, yo, what's up? Yo, are you good, man? He said, yo, man, how did you know, man? I said, how did I know what? Last time, I kind of forgot about the conversation we had way back when. He said, how did you know? I said, how did I know what? He said, how did you know, man, that my daughter's mother was going to do me like that, man? I said, uh-huh. I said, nigga, I told you. I told you. I said, I looked at that female and I warned you about her. I warned you.
got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question for Roy and for you, Ron. First, I want to ask Ron, did you get that WhatsApp that I sent to you?
Yeah, I did get that WhatsApp, man. I kind of looked at it briefly. Let me, because I don't know, it looked pretty serious.
This was from a blogger in Chicago that had been looking into this thing where they had been unaliving our children by putting them in the oven.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Burning them, putting them in the
Who was
oven.
doing that?
And he showed, I think, 4 or 5 different occasions.
Yo, but who was doing that?
Black women have done this.
Who?
Mariah Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was like 4 or 5 different ones that have done this, man.
Wait, you saying sisters
Right?
did this?
Put them in the oven.
Yo, you said
and
sisters
cook
did this,
them.
bro?
This, look, I think it's some kind of witchcraft crap. Because all of a sudden it hit me, Hansel and Gretel, with the witch wanting to put them in the oven. And I'm like, why are they sitting up unaliving our children like this? And I didn't hear about it until this brother did it. I'm trying to think of the name of the brother's show. Palmer, Mr. Palmer, his show. All right. And he got the news clips from the regular news stations. Okay. Were they doing this, man?
Yo,
remember,
listen what I'm asking you, brother. Who's doing it?
About unaliving our children.
But who's doing it?
That long ago.
Bro, I'm asking who's doing this, man.
Okay, that just blew my hair back when I watched
Frank.
it.
Hey Frank, are the women that are doing this, are they black?
Yes.
No,
there was one white.
no,
There was one white one that did it. Just one white. All the rest were black.
Oh my God.
The first one that he talked about, she tried to say that she thought she was putting the baby in the crib. She said she thought she was putting the baby in the crib. Now, tell me, how do a stove and an oven look like a baby crib?
Oh my God.
All right, so she gonna try to play like she crazy now to keep from going to prison. And watch, let's see what happens.
Hey Roy.
Then they showed this,
man.
My bad, Frank. I just wanted to say real quick. This goes back to what Roy was just saying earlier. We got to quit letting them have this victim mindset. This is exactly what he was just talking about. Go ahead, Frank.
I think it was the white one that did it. She went to prison. the mother went to prison, and they were holding a thing to see about letting the mother out. One daughter was talking about all that the mother has changed and everything like that, but the daughter that was put in the oven was like, "No, don't let her out. don't let her out of prison." Okay, and they kept her in there. Now, this black woman on the first story that he's talking about, they're trying to say that she had some kind of mental problem.
Here we go.
That postpartum depression or something like that. Okay, well, they trying to get her off of the hook. And I'm sitting up all the time saying, boy, if I was in that family, I would be telling them, no, don't send her to jail. That way I could get my hands on her. I can't get my hands on her if she in prison.
Right.
Because if that was my child and she did that to my child, oh yeah, I'd be going to prison for doing her. Put the baby in the oven. And then he even, man, on one of them, he even got the police call where this woman put two of her sons
Damn.
in there. All right. And then
What city was this?
called the police and said that she just got home and she had left her cousin with her kids. And she come in and two of her kids is dead. And oh man, you could just tell it was a lie. You could just tell it was a lie. You got to check it out, Mr. Palmer. You got to see it. It was laid
That gave
down.
me a headache just now. I ain't gonna front, man. That just gave me a headache.
Got to see that.
What city is that in, Frank?
It was different cities.
Different
cities. Mostly in the South. I think there was one in Minnesota, and the rest were in the South.
Now listen, you know what's funny? If a brother had done that same crime to some children, oh, they love to. Oh man, brother, when you make a mistake with a child, they love to jump on you. Then
Right,
jump
every
on
you would have heard that on every news channel.
everywhere.
And all that old boop boop boop. Yeah, I don't want to curse. That BS, okay? Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
And some of the sisters or the lady, you know what? Hold on. Let me retract that term tonight. I better get back to the Blizzard King, Dennis Sperlin, and refer to them as the lovely ladies. Now, they ain't sisters. The lovely ladies. You know what I'm saying? I almost slipped tonight. I want to retract the sister term tonight and get back and just replace that with the lovely ladies. You know, for sarcastic purposes, if you will, right? If you would have done something like that, every single one of them on YouTube who talk will have you up on the screen. Like Jay-Z did Prodigy at Summer Jam. See? You be up on the screen. And boy, they be going in, man, there'll be about 50,000 comments and whatnot. Listen, bro, I'm done. I can't even stomach the conversation.
And with us, if we do something to a kid, when we go to prison, we better watch out because somebody gonna do us in there. But those women that do stuff like that and nothing will happen to them.
Well, you know, not exactly. Some of them get beat on too. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know, some of them
we get deleted. We get deleted if we mess with a kid.
You're right about that, brother. Well, listen. Again, I thought I was out here about 10 minutes ago, whatever. But brothers, I gotta get moving, man. You know, thanks a lot for having me on. It's been real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you coming on, brother. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and get off of here because we going on 3 hours now. I ain't been live this long since God knows when. All right, man. Appreciate you, Roy, man. Thanks for coming on, brother.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Peace,
bro.
Peace.
Peace out, man. Any last words from you guys, man, before we get off here?
So I know your WhatsApp number the same. So I'll contact you because that way I want to find out where you're staying at and stuff when you come in and everything. So I'll get that information from you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I should be staying in I'm gonna try to stay in Makati or Bonifacio this time around. Trying to stay where the action is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
like,
jump on the bike. I'll jump on my motorcycle.
hell yeah, that's what's up. I'm like, Kenny Peoples, Global Passport Crew, any last words?
Unless I'm in a private chat. Did you see it?
Let me see. I did.
That was a long
Okay,
time ago.
yeah. Let me
I couldn't
let's see.
find your email, so well, let me put it in the private chat. Maybe you can see it.
Okay. Here's what let me do this then, because I'm gonna go ahead and send it to myself now because I did see these links earlier. Are these like videos or something or
No, this is about Portugal, like getting a passport from
okay,
Portugal and living
because I
there.
noticed one of the links said Portugal. Okay, got you. All right, I'll take a look at those. I just emailed them to myself. All right, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that.
No problem. Frank, do they got chicken bulgogi in Thailand?
I'm not in Thailand. I'm in Philippines.
Oh,
Okay.
Ask Rome. Rome know more about Thailand than I do.
no, because I had that in Korea. When everybody used to leave the club, that's the first thing everybody do, get a chicken bulgogi. After everybody had some soju's before they head back to the barracks. That's where everybody get.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
I never heard of that. I might have to try that.
It's
Hold on.
good.
Sweetheart, come here for a second. Because it's Korean food you're talking about, right?
Yes,
Say the name of it again.
chicken bulgogi.
You ever heard of that?
Chicken bulgogi.
Did you say chicken bulgogi?
Bulgogi.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife know what it is.
Chicken.
Okay.
There's a chicken, beef, and pork bulgogi.
Did you hear that?
No, what did you say?
She said there's chicken, beef, and pork.
Yeah, there's a excuse me. There's a chicken bulgogi. There's a pork bulgogi and beef bulgogi.
It's
Uh,
it's
That's a
separate.
Korean. You know, that's a Korean. It's just like
You know how to cook it, don't you?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, my wife knows how to cook it.
Okay.
right, man. His wife know how to cook everything. Like she the truth. Oh Lord. I'm surprised she ain't ran out of recipes yet, Frank.
He was
Like,
asking if they have it here. He was asking if they have it in Thailand, and I told him I'm here.
for real, y'all. Lily need to make a cookbook.
Do they have that here?
Yeah, all you need to do just go to a Korean store and buy the ingredients and
She said, yeah, all you have to do is go to the Korean store and buy the ingredients and then cook it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Global Passport Crew, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I got to reach out to you. We got to do a Zoom conference, me and you, on the back end about some Passport Bro opportunities. I want to run it past you. So one day we got to link up on a Zoom call. I got some good stuff I want to throw down your way and some other stuff. So just to maximize our opportunities and stuff. I don't want to throw it out there on the internet because I don't want too many people. Not our viewers is a different story. We just got to figure out how to bring our viewers into it later on. But especially the young ones who want to go and be overseas and stuff. But for us right now, just me and you, then we'll bring the viewers on in another format. Then, but this is something that I think we need to pass on. So I need to do a Zoom call or a Skype call with you in the future.
Oh, okay then. All right. Yeah.
Quick
Well, yeah.
Can
question,
I
Go
ask
ahead.
Lola.
Global Passport a question?
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Would it be possible for one day for us to bring you on to Lilibeth Tate's channel, my
Oh,
wife?
sure. No problem. I've been watching her channel, by the way. I've been eyeballing it when she pops up. So I'll
Okay.
make my presence known the next time I see her channel.
All right then. We'll talk about it then.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That reminds me. One of these days, I'm gonna come on Lily's channel too because last time I popped up, she had an attractive Filipino on the channel, and if it wasn't for me being so busy having to do my own thing, I would have stuck around and probably shot my shot. I forgot who it was, but I don't know. She was pretty attractive though, because Lily was telling me to come on, but I had something to do.
It's just like a stir-fried chicken with bulgogi.
But yeah, I don't know who that young lady was, but yeah, I'll be on
Was
the
it
look.
the girl with the glasses?
I can't remember, but I know I can't. Damn, I wish I could remember. I want to say it was the woman with the glasses.
Because it's a few
Um,
of them. But the
yeah,
one with the glasses, she's getting married.
She's
damn, I
taken
can't.
with boots on
You
boots.
I can't remember.
you
I can't
should
remember
struck.
which one it. I can't remember which one it was. But I think I recall saying. I think I recall like saying
Miss
something
Manny.
about her.
Was it Miss Manny?
Yeah, this man.
I think it was her because that name sounds
Yes.
familiar. I think it might have been
Yeah,
her. I'm not
she's
sure.
getting married in a few days.
Oh, she's getting married. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not
she
sure.
finally snagged her one. She's a cutie pie though. She
Yeah,
is a cutie pie.
yeah.
But she's had 3 or 4 or 5 different women on. So
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start paying closer attention. Pop up on there. If I see what I like, I'll throw my hat in the ring. Ain't no shame in my game. No, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, cause I'm like, I'm trying to. Well, when I come to the Philippines, man, I'm trying to hit the ground running for real, for real. So,
yeah, because these girls they serious about getting married though.
all right, what
Hey,
you say?
Roland, you got Patreon?
He knows.
No, I don't actually.
Okay, because that's why I think Global Passport trying to send some. But yeah, that'd be a good idea to have a Patreon.
I was thinking about doing that, but mm, I'll think about it. Because I was thinking about starting a Patreon, but then I was kind of like, I'm really not into the whole people paying for my content. Like, I just like that's just never been me. But I understand why some guys do it because certain stuff that they might want to post, that they can't post on YouTube, they can post it on Patreon. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about it though. Yeah, because I'm like, I might end up having to do it eventually. I'm like, especially for the travel vlog channel, shit that I be getting into sometimes. But that's another story. Good God, yeah. Last night and this morning would have definitely been on Patreon. Um,
Well, last night I was saying, okay, he's finna cut this off, ain't he? He finna cut
Cause I'm
this
like, I'm
off.
like, shit, I like that. That's why it took me so long to start. I'm like, I was supposed to start. I was supposed to be live at 9:30. I ain't go live till after 11 a.m. I'm like, man, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Um, all right, man. All right, you guys, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because we are literally approaching 3 hours. Uh, thank you guys for coming on. Make sure y'all subscribe to Global Passport Crew and Frank Tate's wife, Lily Tate. Make sure y'all subscribe to their channels. Kenny Peoples, longtime subscriber, been watching me for a long time as well. thank you so much for coming on. It's been nice to finally chat with you as well. And tomorrow I am going to be doing a live reaction. Um, I believe it's gonna be Better Bachelor. If any of you guys remember, I've been watching him like for a long time. Love his content. Probably got like 500,000 subs now, but he had a video I came across that was very, very, very interesting. And when y'all see it, it's gonna be even more proof why brothers are checking out or getting passports. Cause man, I saw the women he was showing in this video. I was like, oh yeah, they gonna get a kick out of this, bro. These women are the shit that come out of these women's mouths, bro, especially on these dating apps. Yeah, y'all gonna get a laugh tomorrow, man. All right, you guys, man. I'm going ahead and head out. Get ready for some content for tomorrow.
Easy, everybody.
Easy, man. Y'all know how we ride out. Deuces.
Brother on my arm, no brother on your arm.